Good morning. Yeah, that's how we be feeling right now. That's life itself. The world is on fire and I'm just here. Anyways, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I haven't streamed in a hot minute. I know it's been since last Friday, give or take, but I'm finally back. I needed to do some soul searching this week. Well, we got a bunch to talk about and a bunch that I want to go over. I want to get philosophical with you guys. I want to try something a little bit similar but different. Maybe, if I'm feeling it. Look, worst case, we try it and we regret our choices later. Let me grab my pen. Where is my pen? I have this notebook that I've started writing in. Part of it is a burn book. The other part of it is actual, like, notes that I want to take for things that I want to remember. And the other part of it is new words to learn. Like, fun fact, word of the day for me is incredulous. Incredulous means you're unable to believe something. Also known as skeptical. Skepticism. There's your word of the day. Not from anything specific, just from my book that I gotta write more in. Either way, where's my pen? I need to use it to write things down. Where did I put it? This is like the worst day ever. Can't find my pen? Worst day ever. Absolute failure. Absolute sadness. No, seriously, where did I put it? Oh, it's on my desk. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. Yeah, it really is the worst day ever. But hi, everyone. Welcome on in. Turtle is life. It indeed is. Garlic Bread Man is back. How am I Garlic Bread Man? Is there a story that I'm forgetting here? Am I just known as the Garlic Bread Man? I mean, truthfully, everyone's known as a different thing. Oh, are you talking about sad breadstick? That's not garlic bread. That's a sad breadstick. That's a different thing. I forgot to put on my stream notice. Hold on. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. I am so sorry. I'm very bad at this. Very unprofessional, Beta. Copy to clipboard. That only just kind of gives me the link to my stream instead of the title. That kind of sucks. Hold on. Let me copy and paste it. But hello, everyone from YouTube and Twitch. Booty! Hello, everyone from YouTube and Twitch. How is your Thursday? I love how, as well, even though I've been on a bit of a hiatus with just doing some soul searching and figuring my life out, which there's a lot of things I've had to do, mainly get taxes done, which those are pretty much as done as can be. I just have to make sure that every little piece of info is as perfect as it can be. So, going to be doing that tonight. But how have things been? It's really funny because out of all the days that I'm supposed to stream, which is usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I decided to come back and stream on a Thursday. That's how you know this is, you're not Beta. Who are you? I am Beta. Anyways, let me make an announcement on my Twitch page. There we go. Put it in my community tab. Hello?
Let a man walk alone, commit no sin, with few wishes, like an elephant in the forest, from the Dharmapada, I believe. It's a driving theme in an anime film I love too.
Is that like... So you know the movie Drive?
Taxes are gross. Tax evasion is goated.
Okay, so we can't do that. Melhouse, as much as I wish the world we live in was that, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. Do not commit tax evasion, because multiple times I believe it turns into tax fraud. But again, I believe because I can also be dumb and ignorant, so I don't fully know. But don't do that. I am actually paying my taxes, and luckily I don't owe anything, which is pretty nice because I've been doing quarterly taxes for the past year or two at this point. But thank you for the 67-month resub, Melhouse. I greatly appreciate that. Can we get some life jack and beta hearts, all that jazz in the chat? I appreciate the support. It means a lot. For some reason, it's not bringing up bit alerts. That's weird. Maybe the whole restream thing is being weird, but about any whore. Hello? Oh, there I am. Needed a moment. You kidding me? If you do your taxes right, you get free money. It's like I saw, as soon as the year turned into like 2025, back in January on Twitter, I saw someone who's like, all right, filled out my taxes. I'm getting a huge tax cut. I just put in random numbers. And I'm like, oh my god. Which, you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to he probably faked the screenshot. But regardless, tax season is almost here. I'm almost done with them. And that's what I was focusing on this past week, just getting everything in order. Because, little TLDR, I use QuickBooks usually. They did a thing that fucked up my everything. Because, that fucked up everything because of PayPal connections. PayPal is the one thing that I use for my transactions. And so I wasn't able to categorize all my expenses and deductions and whatnot properly. So I ended up having to download every little transaction and organize it by hand, which I know how to do. I've done taxes before. But it's just one of these cases where, oh, I just could have saved $40. I could have saved $40 a month on this fucking tax thing. Also, Minecraft Beyond, just a note, 18 plus stream. Please and thanks. How did you find out you were gay? I did a video on it. I don't know. Look, if I did it... Wait, why is there a screenshot thing that's up? Import photos from iPhone? No. No, thank you. I don't need to do that. Also, hi, Zuki. How you doing? Look, taxes are taxes. That's just what I've been doing all week, and I've been doing soul searching on what to find out. What to do with, like, YouTube content creation stuff, how things change, which is also the theme of what I want to go over today. But besides all that I want to do today, I had a pretty good weekend, if I'm being honest. I did, if you didn't know, a Saturday one-day road trip to Six Flags Great Adventure, or Six Flags New Jersey. And it was a bit of a drive for me because, you know, it's not exactly the shortest drive in the world to go from, like, northeast Massachusetts to, like, New Jersey. But it was a pretty fun day. I went with my friends. We got food ahead of time, so we didn't have to spend $18 on 3 chicken tenders in the park. It was really good. I had a good time doing it. We got to ride a bunch of the rides before they ended up closing up because I guess there was maintenance issues. And I guess other tidbit I completely forgot about, it was opening day for the season. Also, Izzy, thank you for the 49-month resub, hun. I appreciate that. Hey, King Dakar, my COD to, like, it's gone. Yeah, I know, King Dakar is gone. The one reason why, like, the park was doing great, the one ride that I really was looking forward to is gone. It's gone. I'm really sad. Because it was such a good ride, and just looking at that's the thing, when I was in New Jersey and was at the park, I was looking directly at the spot where King Dakar used to be, and it's just empty land, and it looks so sad. It looks so sad compared to what was once there. But, you know, I'm lucky in the sense where last year I got to ride it 3 times back to back to back when they had just reopened. But this year, you know, everyone was looking forward to the new Flash ride, which was the one that goes forwards and backwards, goes up and down, good airtime. There was like a 3-hour line that went, like, out pretty much to the entrance of the park just to get on that roller coaster on opening day, which was that Saturday. Yes, we went Saturday. And while everyone was waiting, my friends and I ended up hitting up pretty much every other roller coaster that was open because everyone was just waiting in line to get on this new one. So we went to, like, Superman, we went to the Batman ride, we went to the Bull, what was it called? El Toro. I know it's not called the Bull because that's what it says in Spanish, English, Spanish, El Toro. But that one I really liked. I think El Toro was the most intense one. But regardless, we hit up all these rides, and by the time we had finished them up and we were looking to maybe get in line for the Flash, 6 other fucking roller coasters had shut down for maintenance repairs, for maintenance to make sure that they ran properly. And they were all the ones we had just ridden. So everyone's waiting in line for the Flash. We ended up going back to the cars to eat, like, sandwiches and whatever we got to bring with us, because we got like a little cooler of like lunch meats and chips and drinks, and we ate that instead of eating in the park, which was the cheaper option. And then we come back, and then everyone's waiting in line for food. I think there was like an hour and a half wait just for the Dippin' Dots stand. It was crazy. So I think we timed it pretty fucking well. And I'll probably do some sort of, I say probably won't at the end of the day, who knows. But I might do some sort of recap of my adventures at Six Flags New Jersey, because it was fun. I had a good time. It was nice to get out, which is something that I don't really do as often, because most of the time I'm just at home in front of my computer for a majority of the day, either playing video games, hanging out with friends in Discord, or on VR chat. And it's like, I love doing that, but I also need to get out more. I need to get out and do things, and that was kind of a waking up moment for me.
I started making my second ever fursuit head, and I sent the art channel of your server. What do you think of it? SnweeBlep SnweeWag.
I can check it out after the stream, but thank you, Cake Pop, for the 2-month resub, and best of luck to you on the second fursuit head. That's a huge what is it? Achievement? Milestone. That's the word I was looking for. Milestone. It's a very big milestone to be able to do your second fursuit head, let alone your first one. Big congrats to you. And hey, think about it this way. You're probably saving a lot of money compared to commissioning a fursuit maker, which, you know, in this day and age, things are... We're in survival mode financially rather than disposable income for that matter. But thank you for the resub, though. I do appreciate it, Cake Pop Princess, and same with everyone else who's resubbed. Izzy, Melhouse, thank you, Shameless, for the 100 bits. I appreciate it a lot. And also, Bwa. Hi, Bwa. I'm inflating because I like seeing Bra. Bra's really cool. Can we get a shout out for Bra and Arcanine Scorch? Hi, Arcanine Scorch. Hope you're doing well, too. We'll get a shout out for Bra and Arcanine. Wonderful beans, wonderful streamers. Good soup. Certified good soup in my book. Also, Bra, don't worry. I suffered with my deadlock games today. Can you guess what happened? Can you guess what happened in the deadlock games? Because a little TLDR, guys, I've caught the MOBA bug, and now I've been playing Deadlock, which is that Valve. Wow, brah, you're right. Oh my God, that's a fucking. How'd you know? A 0 and 14 haze on our team? Oh my God, how'd you know? In all seriousness, that was what happened. So a little TLDR, the game that has been like my hyperfixation of the past few months. I have a few games. It's been Destiny 2, a little bit of Dead by Daylight. I played a little bit last night with the new Tokyo Ghoul Killer, which that, I could go on for hours about that. And then I've been playing Deadlock. I've been playing with Monty and our friend Jas and Bra. Bra, if you don't know, he's an excellent pocket and an excellent Paradox main. They're so good. I am a Moe and Krill one trick because I don't like people playing the game. If someone teabags me on the enemy team, I'm going to make sure they never play the game again. Bra carries you? Yeah, true. I would say Bra is a very good initiator. And also Monty is what is it? A Bebop main, which is basically the Hook character. He's like a gun skinnier-ish version of... Roadhog, and so he just pulls him into me, and then I lock him in place, and it's the most toxic thing ever. But Bra was telling me about their games earlier and how they were stressful, and I'm like, oh, mine surely can't be that bad. And then I played the two, and the first one we lost, and it seemed like we had a pretty good lead, but no, didn't work. And then the second game we had, after the laning phase, like a 0 and 8 haze, and it's like, fantastic. The haze fed the lash. It's over for everyone. Game over. Like, I might as well have just FF at that point, but they don't have that feature. But regardless, that's what I was doing today. While also just kind of taking more time to just reflect on life and figure things out, which I gotta update you guys on a couple of things on what I want to do and what I'm thinking of. But also, thank you for the bits, by the way, Izzy. I do appreciate it. But yeah, sorry, I was rambling on about fucking Deadlock. I've just loved that game. It's not exactly the most streamer-friendly game in my book, and I also don't think I can really run it. But it's just been my bread and butter. And surprisingly, I've managed to I've managed to contain my toxicity. So I think that's a good sign. That's character development in my book, I'd like to think, right? I don't know. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. You oddly reminded me I need to play more games. I have so many sitting in my Steam library that just sit untouched. That's what I felt, Zuki. I saw on Twitter like the other day, I think it was like last week before I decided to take my break, that, what was it? Quite had just finished up the Mass Effect trilogy. And I was like, oh my god, I have the Mass Effect trilogy. I've never played it. I've only played Mass Effect 2, and that's it. Never played the first one, played through the second one and third one, barely touched that. So I'm thinking I might want to pick that up at some point. Maybe that's the next stream game we do. Maybe I don't stream it. I don't really know. But regardless, I just know I need to play more of the games that I have in my library that are fun, rather than just let them sit there and be like, this is my collection. I'll get to this at some point. Yeah, I can't do that. So just a reminder, you should take some time to play the games that that you buy. But yeah, chat, I hope you're doing well today. Also, I didn't know we had a hype train going. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to really the chats as much as I should. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know why I'm this way. Sorry about that. But anyhow, how things going for you? How's life? I have a couple of things that I want to end up doing today. Something a little bit different on the docket. I also just, truthfully, as much as I wanted to stream the last 2 days or 3 days, I also was just kind of about it. I wasn't feeling it. I know that's kind of like the excuse everyone gives.
The only one who'd I'd let. I
yeah?
finish that, but same goes for Rex. I'd consider Legion Lamau.
Garrus for me. 100% Garrus. You can't take that away from me. Garrus will always be number one in my book. Maybe even the assassin guy a little bit. I can't remember his name, but he's pretty cool. Also, thank you for the 100 bits, Shameless. I do appreciate it. You're sick right now? Oh, get some good rest. Thane, that was his name. Thane was pretty cool. Though, granted, I didn't really use him on my team as much. I think my team pretty much almost always comprised of, in Mass Effect 2, I think it was like one sniper character, which was almost always Garrus or Legion, and the other one being Grunt or Rex, I think. Can't remember his name, but it was always mixed between shotgun and sniper. I don't know if that was the play or not, but that's just what I was feeling. I don't know if it was just me projecting me being a furry in the future, which I don't know how that has to do with me being a furry or not, but you know. I don't know. Look, my brain has been in a million different places at once this past week. I've had a whole plethora of things on my docket, a lot of adulting things to do, a lot of work that I wanted to do with regards to content creation, and I don't think I'm necessarily burnt out, but this Saturday, taking that entire day pretty much away from my PC, from social media, because as soon as I got home, I just went to bed. Like, I know everyone was on VR chat, and they're like, Beta, come on. I'm like, no, I just traveled for 8 hours today. And I've been in the sun. Also, that's another thing. I got the nastiest fucking sunburn ever this Saturday, because my dumbass thought, oh, it's the middle of March. We'll be fine. It's only sunny out.
I'm new here.
Jake, why'd you give my text-to-speech bot a stroke? Hi! Jake, I'm gonna do that to you next time I see you in person. Hi! I'm new here. I'm gonna do it that way. I'm gonna make it seem like someone put like an ice cube down my shirt. Hi! Also, thank you for the 11-month resub, Jake. I love and appreciate you lots. We had a shout out for Jake, by the way. Good soup, good friend of mine, good bean, handsome individual. Won't put his fist in my face, but that's okay. We still love him regardless. How are you doing today, Jake? How are the wife and kids? I'm new here. How's the tour? Is it ruined? Is it the world tour ruined? What kind of tour? Yeah, I know, Jake. You should try streaming. It's a crazy thing. I hear all the kids nowadays are excited for the streaming. I think you should try it. I think you'd do great at it. But yeah, chat, this Saturday, vacation away, time away from my PC was great. The only downside is I got the nastiest sunburn, and it really sucked the fucking energy out of me. I keep forgetting that when I get a sunburn, I'm usually very, very either dehydrated or out of energy the day after, and it was all on the back of my neck. Like, I thought, oh, my face, forehead's gonna get a little cooked. That's okay. But it was, the back of my neck was fucking red, and it hurt so bad. I had to put aloe on it pretty much, like, every few hours. Couldn't really sleep as much as I wanted to, and it was... It was a bit painful, and so for the past, like, week, I've been kind of taking time to repair it, but it also just kind of reminded me of taking the time away of, like, oh, yeah, I don't really give myself much of a break when it comes to content creation. I'm almost always thinking of the next thing to do, the next trendy thing to make a video on, how quick I can get it done, who to hire for editors, who to ask for like, a thumbnail idea, who to commission, this and that. Like, it's a never-ending battle for me with trying to hit, like, the next trendy thing. And it got to a point as well, especially with that puphood video coming out this last Sunday, which I have my thoughts and opinions on how that was received. I'm glad that a lot of people liked it, but I just kind of realized, too, that I haven't really been the proudest of, like, the videos that I'm putting out. Some of them have been great, like the, what is it, You're Not My Friend Furry Edition. That one I did, I really loved how that turned out. But, like, the puphood video, as much as I'm glad that I talked about it the way I did and it was very well received, I feel like I could have done better in certain aspects, or I could have been a bit more organized. And I'm taking a lot of the feedback that everyone's giving me of, like, less repetition, being more succinct with how you're talking and recording videos. And I'm trying to take that and learn from it and kind of make content creation in terms of YouTube stuff and recording videos a lot more natural and fun like it used to be. And so that's kind of what I wanted to get into today in terms of the philosophical stuff, because later tonight, after the stream, I have a video that I want to record, which is the video that we're going to be hopefully scripting and talking a little bit about today for a bit. And then we're going to watch over a video that I was listening to in the shower for a bit that I also just kind of want to watch with you guys or listen to and have you guys give your thoughts and opinions on. And then maybe we'll play some Sonic Unleashed. I don't really know. I just kind of want to yap on as I usually have for the past however many streams, months, years now. But yeah. The kids yearn for the mines. I heard that the Minecraft movie came out. I gotta ask my friend Ryder if he wants to go and see it with me, because that sounds like fun. Yeah, Jake, you should try it. Never listened to beta on this. That's how he got me. I know, Thomas, and your life is all the worse for it, isn't it? Isn't it? We love Jake and Thomas. I have tuna fish sandwich that's actually of no help, but I have a sandwich, and that's important. Good. As it should be. I also ate a burger earlier. It doesn't really assist with anything that we're talking about now. I just thought I'd let you know because I'm needy and want attention. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a nutcase here, but overall, I've just been taking the week pretty much to just figure myself out, to learn what the next new thing is that I want to do that isn't just for the sake of chasing a trend, but it's something that I really want to try, that I see that I have a knack for, that is also well received. And I have some ideas. I don't want to spoil them just yet because I want to see how they go rather than saying, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. I'd rather have it be more of a surprise and also maybe ask for feedback from Patreon and patrons and all that at some point. So check out my Patreon if you guys haven't already. But point being, I've just been figuring things out. I've been taking time away just to focus on me and where I want to take things and what I want to do. Here's my advice. Don't follow trends unless you really like them. Be true to yourself and do what you really want to. Also proud of you with your content creator goals. Thank you, Mint. I appreciate it. I have a couple of ideas. And to some extent, the only trends that I want to follow are things that I can kind of bounce my own perspective and discussion on. Because I realized as well, from the past week of kind of reflecting on even my college degree, I actually, so there's a bit of like a story time step-by-step process with this. I don't know if you guys saw on my main channel community tab or on Twitter earlier last weekend. I've been a little bit burnt out from all the drama and shit and negativity and BS happening on social media, which is just pretty much how social media is nowadays. And so I'm like, I want to do something fun, not do negative Nancy stuff. Why don't I ask, like, hey, is there anything that I could do for a video idea? What about if I talk about my Fursona and ramble on about what he means to me, my personal one, and people love that idea. And I ended up recording that video earlier this week, and it made me realize just how much I don't kind of see in myself unless it's kind of either pointed out to me. In terms of, because, you know, if you know how, like, my Aussie Shep beta was created, the dog in the top left-hand corner. He wasn't created based on a design that I really liked. He was created based on a friend, one of my best friends at the time, who knew me very well and saw me as this person, or saw their definition of me. They pointed out a lot more of my quirks, my niches, my little things that I enjoy, the things that I do here and there that make beta beta. And he brought that to life in the form of the Aussie Shep. He pretty much created a furry version of me, of what I would look like as a Fursona. And that's when I kind of realized, like, oh shit, you know, I should really take into account what people see in me, or what, not to some extent, you know, focus on the negative or necessarily positive stuff, but just like take feedback in the sense of like what stands out about me and what can I improve on or work on. And so I did that whole video of just like, oh yeah, what are the little things that Beta enjoys? He likes anime, he likes video games, he's a big nerd, he's a dork, you know, just gushing about my character. And that was probably, in all honesty, the most fun I've had with recording a video in a long time. In a long time. It was just me fucking rambling on for nearly 2 hours about my Fursona. And it's just like, why is that all of a sudden the thing that is making me interested in YouTube content creation, is making me happy with what I'm doing? And so I think for me, it's just come down to, I need to really give myself a bit of a change and not keep doing what has worked for so long. Which has been just, you know, I'll still probably cover whatever furry drama that is interesting and that I could give some insight on, but don't let it be the only thing I do. Branch out and try something new. And especially with how the puphood video was received in terms of everyone, or a majority of people wanting to listen to it and put it on the back, I think I might be trying something a little bit different with what I want to do for a sort of medium to some extent for what I want to put out there. So I'm gonna be working on it in the next few days, along with finishing my taxes, and we'll see where things go. And I really want to just kind of work on the things. Just want to work on things. Work provided us lots of food this week to help welcome us into enforced office return policy. It's quite neat. Nothing's changed other than now I have lots of empty space to eat free food, and since everyone is just busy working at their desk instead of socializing like work apparently thought we would. Oh yeah, that's pretty much how that would probably go. It's like, oh, you want us to come back? I'll do my work. That's really it. And then also, like, to some extent, if everyone's just so used to not being in the office, why all of a sudden switch to, like, socializing in the office? You know? So that's also why I was probably just, like, dead quiet. But yeah, taxes, I know, Dusky. Also, hi, Dusky. Hope you're doing well, hon. Good to see ye again. Good to see the Dusky. But yeah, I think the main theme for me in these next couple of months is embracing change, which is actually kind of the focus of the next video that I wanted to try recording this week, and a video that I wanted to script and talk about with you guys a little bit for the ideas that I had for it, that I'm probably going to end up recording later on tonight or tomorrow. So, yeah, we're going to be switching gears in a little bit, and I want to show you guys a little bit of the scripting process for what I do for my videos, how I come up with my ideas. And a lot of them, believe it or not, are from things that I see online, whether it's social media, things that I see in the world, observations, or like if I hear some very interesting quote or something new that I learned that I write down, I can usually expand on an idea from that later. So might also be another video idea, how I come up with ideas. So yeah. Also, hi, Marcus. Hope you're doing well. I want to be a meteorologist or a storm chaser one day, and I know too much already. And that's a good sign. That's pretty good. You know, the fact that you already know a lot about the field that you want to go into is a pretty good thing compared to me, who went into engineering and had absolutely nothing or no knowledge of engineering, and also didn't even like it, but just went for it because it was the easiest field to go for that I could put my expertise into. Not that I was actually interested. Did you see how much the Switch 2 games are going to cost? I did not pay attention to the Nintendo Direct yesterday, but I heard something about them being $90. And also, like, they're bringing back... Fucking... Ironically, as soon as I start my Pokemon Coliseum playthrough, they start bringing back onto the Switch Pokemon Gale of Darkness and Coliseum for when the Switch 2 releases. I'm a bit angry about that. I'm a bit pupset about that. A little pupset. Also, hi, Pup Sentinel, and totally not a skunk furry. I'm inflated guy. Sorry, I'm not. Now I'm inflated guy. Hi, I'm inflated guy. How you doing? How you be? How you doing? But yeah. Other than that, I've just been kind of focusing on me. I know I've said that like 3 times now. I'm always focusing on me. I'm focusing on work and what I need to do. But I especially kind of realized I've needed to take more time earlier today when I grabbed some lunch with a family member, and they told me how happy I was that I've been taking more time for myself and all the stuff that I've told them about that I've achieved, like, you know, losing weight, you know, taking care of my body, working on my sleep schedule, taking time away from like content creation, because they know how hard I work. They know how fucking hard I work and how much time I spend in front of a PC a lot of times. And so it's just, it's nice to realize, like, okay, you know, I'm doing pretty good. I think it's a good time to take a break and come back to it with a fresh mindset. I'm going into personal training and athletic training for pro sports, especially because I enjoy workouts and fitness. Good for you. I don't know how any of that works, but that's really cool. That's really cool. You're really cool. I will say, I guess as a little bit of a post commentary on that on the puphood video that I put out this last Sunday, which was probably the biggest video that I've done in a while, and it seems like it was pretty well received at the end of the day. The one thing that shocked me about it is, even though I did my absolute best with discussing both sides of the argument, whether it's for puphoods or against puphoods, the problem with them, if there is, there usually isn't, and the problem against, you know, puphoods. And it's just like, as much as I did everything to try and change, not necessarily change people's minds, but give a bit of understanding about it so that it doesn't boil down to, I think they're ugly, I hate them. I hate people who have them because they're ugly. Literally, I shit you not, it was probably the most polarizing topic I think I've ever fucking seen in a piece of furry drama controversy. Like, out of all, even just for analytical, like, breakdowns. The video ended up having more comments on it than any other video that I've uploaded within that performance range. It has had the most comments on it because everyone was leaving their thoughts. Everyone has such a strong opinion on it. And it's so weird to me. It is so weird that there is such a polarizing opinion of, like, puphoods, of something that is quite simply, you know, either a kink or identity mask for whoever uses it. And it's so fucking weird. It is so strange to me. I've never seen people have, like, such strong, like, thoughts and opinions on it. Like, they've watched the whole video. I had hoped that maybe, you know, take some understanding of, like, hey, you know, be nice about it of people that enjoy it, and then they take the approach of, I hate anyone that has a puphood. Puphoods are ugly, and I hate them. And it's like, it's wild. It's crazy to me how that ends up being just the big thing that everyone turns their brains off with, no matter how much I explain it. But luckily, you know, it seems like from what I got in some comments and people who had reached out to me separately, they said they really liked the video and that they really liked my discussion and breakdown of it. Minus, you know, the jittery character stills, which, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you live and learn. Think about it this way. Even if you couldn't watch the video, you could still listen to it. It means that I have a knack for being a good storyteller and you like listening to what I have to say, which has led me down the road of potentially... Okay, you know what? I know I was going to save it for like maybe an announcement sort of thing later. I'm thinking of starting a podcast. Because of how that puphood video went, and people said, hey, I just put your video in the background because the character stills, they were so jittery, I couldn't watch the video, it was so distracting. I ended up just watching it and not watching it, putting it in the back while I was working. And that's something that I get a lot of, but don't really think of. Like, oh, Beta, I listen to your video while I'm driving to work. I listen to your video while I'm working on fursuit stuff, while I'm drawing furry art, while I'm doing this or that. And I never thought, you know, maybe I should make a podcast. Up until now. I am in the process of potentially starting just a podcast to talk about really anything related to furry or anything that I'm really interested in that dips the toes into furry. You know, whether it's talking about social media stuff, sociology, psychology with it, having different guests on to bounce ideas off of. And I'm kind of thinking about it the similar way that I did with Snowy when I interviewed him, which I'm still at this point still working on the interview video that him and I did. But that's just something that I think I'm a bit more dead set on wanting to do it now, the whole podcast thing, which I don't know if I'm going to do a thing where I post it on Spotify or on a specific channel or anything. I'm probably going to make it like a YouTube channel thing, like main channel thing. I don't really know how podcasts work. But either way, I know I yap on for a good few hours, and I think having people to talk to about it, having topics of discussion with specific noteworthy, whether they're friends that I know or notable, popular, I guess, known individuals in the furry community, I want to try it. I think this is where I can actually get to that next step. And that next step isn't for me to, you know, grow or build what I do. And naturally, I'm wanting to do that. But it's more on the end of just figuring out where can I grow and improve as a person? Where can I grow and improve with my craft, with YouTube content creation, with making videos, with talking, with doing what I do? And I think that's the good next step. What about converting some of your existing videos into audio files and posting to podcast hosting sites? I might. The problem with that is I don't want to have another podcast site to end up doing, like, you know, even posting to Spotify. Like, I don't know if I want to do that necessarily. I'm just thinking, like, maybe I'll upload it as, like, a YouTube video or something, or have a separate channel for it. For in the future with doing, excuse me, for in the future with doing podcasts. Because I think starting with YouTube, they have a whole podcast function as well. Like, you can create a podcast or something, or an audio upload. I don't know how it works, but I gotta look into it. I gotta talk with a few friends, because I want to think of like the branding, the idea for the podcast. Which, you know, I'm not looking for it to be an amazing, over-the-top, wonderful podcast. I'm just looking to do it for fun at first, and if it grows into something people are interested in, sure, we'll go with it. Beta Yaps or Yapping with Beta. I have a different idea for a title for the name of the podcast, but I'm not going to say that now because everyone here is going to collectively hate it, and that's the reason for it. I'm not saying the name of it until it's uploaded, or until I announce it on my Patreon, which is something that I'll probably be doing. I've been looking as well. I don't necessarily know how to do this either. I want to kind of revamp my Patreon and make it more of like kind of a community to, bless you, a community to some extent. With what is it? With just like kind of building that up, like getting feedback from those that want to see videos beforehand, but that also requires me to focus more on the quality of videos in the first place. Just try and better that in time, the quality of my craft, the quality of what I do. So that's just, there's a bunch of things that I'm working on with it little by little. But bottom line is I am just taking things one step at a time as it goes every day. But yeah. Yapping with Beta wouldn't be bad, but I don't know if I want to have the podcast be titled around me. I don't want it to be like Beta Cast or anything like that. I have the name already, but I'm waiting for everyone to collectively, as soon as they hear it, whenever that be. Can you draw, Beta? I used to start learning how to draw. I was learning how to draw early last year, and then I stopped because it just wasn't really feeling as much as I used to, so that's why I stopped, and then I picked up, I don't know what I did. I picked up writing in a journal, a little notebook, taking notes on the things that I learn in a day, and then also turning into partially a burn book and a words book of words to learn, which I'll actually be writing down in today if we end up getting to the point of watching the video that I was actually listening to in the shower. It's titled, for those interested, I'm definitely interested in watching this later. I looked up a video essay on YouTube on like social media, and a video titled Drowning in Entertainment, The Age of Distraction came up on my feed. And so far it sounds pretty good. I want to give it like a watch or a listen to while I am going through tonight or later today, and then also writing down some things that I heard in it that would be good to mention for potentially another video. But yeah, I don't know. I have a million different things going on in my head that I want to share, whether it's like the road trip that I went on, the adventures that I went on, the realization factor of like I need to experience more life, do more with my life than just sit here and make videos, work on the next big topic, work on the next big project, and just like actually work on building experiences as a person, as who I am, so that I can better myself. I can better how I talk and better how I work to some extent, because if I just sit here doing the same thing, it's not going to necessarily make it any easier. I'm just going to feel trapped to some extent. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to hydrate real quick and read up on chat a little. Podcasts are nice, good for when doing monitoring, Rook. Exactly. And that's what I'm hoping to achieve with this podcast, not just to have topics that are interesting to listen to, but also something that you can put on that isn't just my videos in the back and listen to it while you're doing work, which I think is a lot of how I feel like people function nowadays, which could be for better or worse, depending on how you look at it. But, you know, everyone just loves listening to something or having someone there to listen to in the back, you know? Peanut butter eggs made old church ladies. Huh? Never heard of that. Peanut butter eggs? Oh, peanut butter eggs made by old church ladies. I don't know what peanut butter eggs are. Are those like the chocolate Reese's peanut butter eggs that you get during Easter? Isn't it also Easter soon? It's April already, so like... I don't know. Don't know why I'm tired. Also, let me turn off my fan. It's a little bit loud in here. As much as it's cool air, I don't know, just having all this noise in the back is very distracting. Either way, speaking of change and whatnot, which is more or less, you know, the theme of this stream, I wanted to shift gears in showing you guys another session of how I script my videos. Is this how this works? It is. I used the right thing this time. I used it. I'm so proud of myself. Either way, if you want to know how I put together my video ideas, it almost always starts with some sort of Google document. Also, it doesn't matter if you see that up there. That's just the next video you're going to be watching. But almost always starts with a topic, a title, and some sort of document, whether that's a title in the video ideas playlist that I have or an entire document here. And the idea that I want to do for one of the next videos that I'm going to record is on change in the furry fandom, change in time. And it's something that I don't think many have like discussed or really gone down with discussing in a more constructive and reinforcing manner. It's almost always destructive and almost always turns into drama, and it turns into either gray muzzle drama or whatever flavor of the week that everyone wants to be upset about, because there is no understanding of like, hey, things used to be different, whether for better or for worse, and some people look back on that nostalgically, not in a way of trying to force that onto others, but in a way of understanding when things were. And the reason why I want to do this video is from a tweet that I saw earlier this week from one of my friends, ArcticDalmatian, who had quote retweeted from this post that I saw, which actually gave me the idea to talk about how things change in time and how little we give ourselves credit for how long the furry fandom has gone on for and how things used to be years back. And even myself, I see myself looking back at it like, oh, back in like 2018, 2019, furry used to be different. I don't know why I say furry used to be different. I should say the furry fandom used to be different. Furry conventions were a bit smaller. You could get hotels. There weren't lotteries. You could enjoy whatever you wanted to. And it was just a smaller, kind of tightly knit community. Social media was different. Even some of the practices, the trends from that time were different. And granted, you know, things have changed obviously since COVID and the booming of social media and furry becoming somewhat more mainstream. I came up with this idea from this tweet that I saw on talking about the furry fandom changing. And the tweet reads like this: I feel old these days with the fandom being so mainstream and nobody full suits anymore and everyone talks in suit. I've noticed a fun trend at gatherings is to walk your head around on your hand like it's a puppet. Lol, silly kids in their crazy new finagle ways. And here's the thing. You could read this tweet and imagine there are probably a good few people who took that as, oh my god, it's the poodling drama happening again. This is someone who's trying to project their feelings of how the furry fandom should be onto people. I don't read it that way. I read it as someone who's like, oh, this used to be so different from years past, and now things have changed. With the example of fursuiting, I do remember there was a point where it was not really emphasized, but a lot of folks and fursuiters did this more, where they would... what the fuck is that sound? What is that, like, baying sound? I don't like it. One of the one of the things that I saw was people who tried to stay in character, and that usually stemmed from not talking in suit, from acting with or talking with your hands, with your body movements. Now things have changed where full suiting and staying in character, trying to stay into the character that you have, isn't as practiced as much. And whether that's because the fandom has grown with, you know, the new generation wanting to enjoy fursuiting for the sake of fashion or for the sake of just having a fursuit head, it's very different. And so I do remember, you know, even though there was the time of, you know, don't break the magic, it wasn't a seriously enforced thing that's worth getting angry about. It was just something that everyone had sort of practiced to some extent. And so, yeah, exactly. Breaking the magic has really faded over time. And originally, it wasn't supposed to be... Yeah, Dexter? Hi, Dexter. How are you doing? Thank you for the sub... Oh, I forgot. I thought you said sup, baby. I'm like, hey, are you... Hey, yo! I mean, FWA? How you doing, Dexter? It's good to see you again. Can we get some life jack and some beta hearts in the chat? And a shout out for Dexter if any mods are in here. Thank you for the resub, hon. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. It's been a hot minute. Hope life is going well for ye. We're talking about right now a video topic that I want to maybe record for later about the furry fandom changing, not just in terms of it changing and growing, but in terms of trends too, in how things used to be, in people that were here and then weren't. It's something to reflect on a little bit. I like it. I think it might be because people are making their personas more similar to them as people from growing and becoming more comfortable with being themselves. I think that could be a bit of it too. I always kind of interpreted it as, you know, everyone wants to get a fursuit and they see it either as a ticket to, you know, the next stage of enjoyment within the furry fandom. That might actually be something to go over in terms of philosophicals too, of like what the meaning of a fursuit is. To some, it's bringing their character to life. To some, it's a sign of social status. To some, it is a gateway into the next stages of whether you think that your life is going to drastically improve for having a cute uwu fursuit or a hot uwu sexy fursuit, you know. And anyone can take it different ways, but how it's interpreted and how fursuits are seen is it's very interesting. How they're like used to some extent. And even with the example used of people at gatherings walking with their head on their hand around, which is something that I do. I don't really fursuit as much as I used to unless I'm like super in character. But if I'm holding around my fursuit, I'll just put my fist through the head and then hold it on my hand. And that's the easiest way to carry it. But it's more of the point that they were saying like fursuiting was more of like a tradition practice. It was a bit more, I guess... kept in character for how people wanted to do it back in the wee early years. Especially when I was in when I was joining the furry fandom back in like 2018, 2019, I saw glimpses of it here and there where some folks would like jokingly say like, oh, don't ruin the magic. I remember one of my friends, Zillion, did a whole like sticker thing on it, a design for it, like ruining the magic, don't ruin the magic, which, you know, no one ever took as being... What was it? No one ever took it as being a sort of, hostile attempt at trying to ruin someone's experience within furry. Nowadays, you know, it's turned into the pupwood drama. Is everything good? Is my stream going? It says 0 out of 0 of the fucking streams are going right now. Oh, restream, never change. Furries can relax with not having to conform to whatever bullshit conformity. That too, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's going to have their own experiences, but it's just kind of understanding that things change, whether it's for the better for some people or the worse for some people. And everyone just kind of takes the experiences as such. So yeah, someone might look upon this, or someone might have this opinion of like, oh, fursuiting used to be this like, not sacred craft, but under this circumstance that's a bit more than what it kind of is now. But nowadays, with how furry is a lot more mainstream, it's being taken as, you know, a sign of social status, especially in the especially in the wake of social media being a bigger and bigger thing and being different than it once was. And so that's what I kind of want to talk about in this video, how things change within the furry fandom, with how trends change, especially with how the world is today with being social media predominant. There's a lot more of a focus on the trends. You know? I think that people attributed the rules of mascoting to fursuiting, hence why poodling was such a big deal for a while. That too. But it was just, I just kind of acknowledged it. I was like, oh yeah, you know, there are people that'll enjoy, you know, fursuiting to the extent of wanting to keep a character or not. And that's just sort of the summation of that poodling drama. And it's not necessarily I'm looking to go into the poodling stuff again, but it's more of the point of like things change with how, I guess, the practice of fursuiting or how others fursuit do it. Because also you got to keep in mind the furry fandom is changing with how it grows, with more people being in it. A lot more younger kids, a lot more of the Gen Z and Gen Alpha are in it too. You know, conventions are changing with how many people are looking to get to the next convention. And that's just something that should happen, of embracing change to the extent of just enjoying what you enjoy. But also it's okay to look back on the good old times, not in a way of yearning for it now, but just remembering that, and that's more of the quote that I have here, don't be sad it's over, be happy that it happened. I know it's getting into existential realms, and it could cause an existential crisis for some, but this is kind of what I want to go into for a potential video. I love your other content that is open discussion within the furry fandom wider community. Thank you, Dexter. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Appreciate you lots. And hi, Poolex. I hope you're doing well as well. Good to see you. Hope all is well on your end. I know I probably just said that twice, but my mind and mouth run separately sometimes, and that's good in some ways, bad in others. But today I want to go over just how I would put together some notes for this video for a topic that I want to maybe record for later. Drawing away. You're always drawing. That's good, though. You make good drawing. You do good. I like your art style. You do good art, okay? You're good soup. Always good soup. And I've been doing pretty well. I've been doing a lot of, like, soul searching and trying to figure out where I want to take things in life, content creation, what the next step is for me to grow as a person, because I don't want to stagnate, you know, and that's something that I've been seeing myself doing a lot more and more, relying on things that used to work years ago or things that have worked for so long, when in reality, when you're also, and sadly this is the reality of my position, when you're an influencer, you also have to be on top of what the next thing is. And for me, it's what I'm probably going to announce in this video is I'm probably going to be doing a podcast. I'm probably going to be switching gears to making more videos that are more in-depth and thought-driven, rather than just like, hey, here's the furry drama of the week. Here's how we can talk about it. Here's how we can... Like, I'll still do that because that's what works, and I still need to run a business to some extent. But also, I want to spice it up with just some random yapping videos where I have very minimal notes. At most, a page of notes here, and I don't follow a script, and I just have fun with it. Because that's what it was supposed to be about for me years ago, and I feel like I've lost track of that. To some extent, you got to find what once was in order to kind of grow. Some of what I'm saying is contradicting what I'm saying about change and whatnot, but bottom line is I'm really figuring it out. I'm having fun with it now. I'm coming into it with a bit more of an optimistic mindset rather than a dreading mindset of like, okay, am I going to figure out the next topic for a video or a stream or something? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And that's always what it is. But now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I get to do this now. I get to do a video talking about the furry fandom changing in many different ways. And then I talk about, you know, here, examples of change. This is just what I wrote down within like 5 minutes after I had my my epiphany, my eureka moment when it came to this video topic. I saw the tweet. I'm like, okay, title, furry fandom is changing, ... Talk about examples of change with regards to the tweet and what some people say about fursuiting and how things change and the reasons why they do or don't. And then also examples of change here. Furry fandom growing, furry social media being a different vibe, Twitter fucking sucking and everyone moving to blue sky. The good furries, I feel like in this case. Furry conventions becoming more packed, with it growing, more going off the realm of it growing. You know, getting a room is harder, it's more competitive. Getting a spot in Dealer's Den is competitive. Spaces may not necessarily grow with the con, and this might be an example of some things change, while also some things stay the same. And I was actually going to ask you guys, what in your eyes if you have been in the furry fandom for a while, I would say since like 2020, for those that have been here since 2020, what have you seen changed in the furry fandom in like the past 5 years? Because I couldn't really think of anything besides fursuiting and the social media experience. The fursuiting experience with a lot more furries or a lot less furries with fursuits, taking the whole fursuiting thing seriously and using it just as like, you know, a prop to put on a couch and being like, hey, I'm at this party sort of thing. And, you know, it's still representative of a character at the end of the day, a character that you enjoy and love and care about, but the meaning of putting on that character is a bit different. Ooh, hold on. Not that the character or fursuit is any less valued or loved. It's that... Wait, what was it? What it represents has changed in the past few years. Ooh, I like it. I have to leave, but this is my first stream I was able to make it to, though. And I've enjoyed the philosophy introspection.
Just
Thank
coming
you,
in to
Zidru.
say
I appreciate it.
Hope
Hi,
your
random
day's
person.
going well. I'm not gonna be active. It's been a rough day and it's not
Oh,
over.
I'm sorry
but
to
I'm
hear.
still hoping everyone here has a good day.
And I hope you get through today. I know today is a survival day, random person. Trust me, I have been there. And the best thing that I can say for you, and this is advice that I am taking with myself, because I've had this pretty much this week, it's okay to have a bad day. Don't turn into a bad week. And I know that might seem like I'm kind of, what is it? Not pandering, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what the phrase or term is, but basically, I'm rooting for you. I hope your day ends up working out and you treat yourself at the end of it if you can. And I hope you have a good weekend. Take care of yourself and do what you need. I appreciate the resub and the support. Can we get some life jackets and beta 8 of hearts? Lots of it in the chat for random person. Thank you for the support, dude. And I'm rooting for you. You got this. You got this. Work for today to have a better fucking weekend and a better fucking day. But thank you. I appreciate it. In the last 5 years, I think lockdowns brought a lot more to the fandom, especially the content creator space. That too. Ooh. Content. That was something that I was going to go into in more of my relation to it. Content creation especially has changed. And it's something that I've thought about and haven't really mentioned necessarily. So I remember back in 2018, 2019, when there was this kind of YouTube, furry, Twitch content creation group that I was a part of. You guys probably remember Majira, Kyle, Kiwi, Pineapple Fox, a couple of other friends, Nos Hyena here and there. Plenty of other friends that were in this sort of group that I was in. In terms of those like furry YouTubers that were once here, I don't mean to say this to be full of myself, but this is just the reality of it. In terms of everyone that used to do it, I am the last one left. And granted, there is a plethora of new furry talent, furry content creators on YouTube, on Twitch. There's plenty of other people outside of this kind of small group that I remember, you know, being a part of. And that's really fucking neat in some ways. But it's something that I have observed, like, oh, what once was is now different, and I'm still doing this here, which, you know, think of it as better or worse, but it's still just something that I've acknowledged. It's interesting. And also, hi, Snibbles. I hope you're doing well, too. Meowdy howdy to ye. We're talking about some fascinating change within the furry fandom, just, like, discussing how furry is changing in the sense of just little things here and there, whether it's fursuiting tradition, the whole idea behind fursuiting, even things that used to be, and this idea of embracing change for the next new thing. It's nice to be nostalgic for what once was, but also just acknowledging where things are changing now, where things are new. It's very neat. I like this idea. Maybe I'll turn this into like a podcast topic at some point. I don't think it'll end up being the first episode of the podcast I end up doing, but with this video, I want to do it. I want to do it at some point, just to kind of highlight this idea that change is inevitable. Change is something that I think should be taken into account and should be accepted, welcomed, because if you don't find change, change will find you, and usually when change finds you, it hurts. I've recently gotten entrenched into the history of the furry fandom. Watching old con footage, it's fascinating for some reason. It sounds fascinating. I'd love to go down that rabbit hole at some point. The community is growing more online over COVID, brought a ton of people in, but that influx shook up a lot of the established dynamics. That too. I'm actually going to add that in. COVID lockdown. More people into the furry fandom. However, it shook up the dynamics of what was already established. And maybe the example above. Why am I... Oh, because the candy life jacket, because I hit K, right? Forgot. Hotkey. So occasionally my life jacket, whenever I hit the K button on my keyboard, is going to turn transparent. So that's fun. Have you tried looking down the sofa for change? I'm stealing that joke. If you want to look for change, I suggest reaching your hand down your sofa to find some spare change. Teehee. And hope you had a lovely day too. On the road out of town for wedding. Ooh, I hope the wedding goes well. I hope you have a good celebration with that. I hope you get some good food with it too. I know the one thing that I look forward to with weddings is the very sentimental moments, but also the food. The food, usually the catered food at the end is so fun, or whatever, like, big celebration that everyone ends up doing at the end is usually just, it's unforgettable. So we have a good time at it, Snibs. We love Snibs. I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm glad you're keeping busy. And I hope you have a lovely day on your end, too. Old FurryCon videos are really cool. They are. It kind of puts into perspective how much smaller furry conventions were compared to where they are now, where everyone's in competition. And that's more of the point that I highlight here with conventions becoming more packed. What is it? Example. Furry Weekend Atlanta 2022, which was my first con there, versus 2023 versus 2024. Because 2022 was my first FWA, and I've done it every year since then, and it's only gotten more and more packed. I don't know why I can't speak. 10th floor. My husband's cousin is having a nice get-together. Ooh, that should be fun. Honestly, I should probably do that this weekend. I had a friend invite me over for some board games. I'm thinking about maybe bringing some food for that. I know my roommate bought all this this pork belly that's probably gonna go to waste. I gotta get through this chicken, so I might make some like chicken gnocchi soup. Might air fry some pork belly. I don't know what kind of pork belly recipe to make, but I have it all in the fridge in these strips. I don't know what to do with it. So if anyone has suggestions, please let me know. But yeah, chicken gnocchi soup is probably next on the menu for what I'm going to be doing. Any tips for FWA? We have small first-timer group coming all the way from Finland, and I personally have not been in any con outside of my country. I don't really know. The food, a couple of points on it I guess I could think of. The food court area that's attached to the con is really good. That's like your go-to place to get any sort of food. Keep in mind elevator situation. If you're on like the first 10 floors, give or take the stairs. Just understand when scheduled events are happening, like the Moonlight Festival, or like the Fursuit Parade if there is one, or like when Dealer's Den opens. So yeah. But yeah. Peaked. Yeah, I peaked. I don't know why I'm this way. Elevator con, my favorite. That's something that ooh. Ooh, change. A lot of issues and drama and controversy that wasn't there now is, and is much more prominent. AKA, human problems have become furry problems. So, like, the example of Elevator Con. That's just that you can't really ignore Elevator Con. It's just going to happen. All these, the furry fandom has this problem is just a result of people joining more and more. Furry has problem equals more people from many different backgrounds and ways of life coming into the community. This is interesting. I don't know if this is necessarily the route that I'm going to take in the video, but it's something to expand off of. Community grew bigger that it was ready for it. That's true. It could have gone so much worse. Think about it that way. The change happening was good, and the community was able to accommodate because it's still well and thriving. Ugh. I blame 2020. Yeah, me too. To some extent, I blame 2020 as well. That might also be a separate video discussion I've been thinking about, how COVID affected the furry fandom. And a lot of people are just going to say, oh, it resulted in it booming. A lot of people coming in, but it also introduced some people that, you know, might not understand some of the social norms, I guess, even though social norms shouldn't be necessarily imposed. It's just, it's a mix. It's a weird mix. There's a weird balance with it. You know, you gotta attune to some social norms in the sense of, like, if you're furry, then, like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be using, like, slurs or something, like homophobic slurs so openly, but at the same time, you know, you shouldn't be forced to have to wear your fursuit a certain way or do a certain thing or express yourself a certain way. It's interesting. I got into the fandom right before COVID. I made an entire presentation for my speech class, but I never got to do it because we got released early. Finley, I am so sorry, but I do feel that I was in my, like, last year of college when COVID lockdown happened, and it ended up being the most depressing, like, graduation. I didn't even get a graduation. I just got my degree at the end of the day. And they're like, hey, come back a year and a half later to graduate. I'm like, no, fuck you. What are you offering me? Oh, and a $10 discount to buy this or rent this $90 cap and gown? Yeah, no, I'm gonna skip graduation. Thanks for the fucking piece of paper, though. Graduating in 2020 sucked. It was awful. It was so depressing. Literally, like, my psychology course turned into therapy 101. Well, there's more drama. I want to say biggest change I have noticed, that problematic behavior is actually being called out, and there are less of, oh, this is how that person just is excuses, which is a good thing. That too. I will say on that end of it, Raz, I could go into a whole different subtopic about, like, social media in general in the furry fandom, or just social media with how it is. There is problematic behavior that is called out, but to some extent, it's gotten to a point where it's become like an everyday practice simply because people don't like one another, or simply because, hey, I can just do this and people will believe it and look at it at face value without doing proper research or have critical thinking on their end. But also in the end of it, with calling out with problematic behavior, what was I going to say? Fuck. What was the route that I was going to take with this? I can't remember. I was going to say something else that was very, very important with this. I'm so sorry. It'll probably come back to me at some point. At some point. I had a commencement, but it was any consolation. The weather was sucky and the speaker was forgettable. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear. Online social media shift over COVID made the online space more prevalent, and then social media discourse got injected in. I think that might have to be just something that I touch upon in the video, but then eventually do its own video of, like, how COVID... Because I now feel like with all these points, which are very good, by the way, I appreciate the pointers, Izzy and everyone, like, everything has been, like, a focus on, like, what COVID did to furry. I guess for me, I'm looking for a lot more of, I guess, the changes of, like, practices that once were that no longer are. Like, the best thing I can think of is this, with the breaking the magic, with it being more of just, like, some people expected it, but it wasn't to the extent where it imposed an unhealthy trying to force someone to express themselves a certain way. It was more of just like, oh, everyone's playing a certain character and a lot more people act in character with their hands rather than speak. But nowadays it's more of fursuiting is different. Some people do put on the character, put on their fursuit to express themselves with it. Some people do it in a way where it is more of like a fashion thing, or like the expression of themselves is whatever they have with it, however they want to do it, and is a bit more lax than just putting on a costume or fursuit. Ooh, that was it. Hold on. Fursuits / fursonas for some are extensions of themselves rather than putting on a character or a personality. The acting part of it is just natural. Which was actually part of like some comment or quote retweet that I saw from this. I'd have to bring it up at some point in the tweet, but I don't want to fucking go on Twitter for a while. But this is where I kind of want to take it. And then eventually I'll go into, what is it, examples of change in furry with it growing. And then I want to talk about like my experience with it. Hold on. What I see in changing in furry. For me, it's both, but I don't full suit because it limits my outfit options. Part of myself and my Sona is wearing certain types of clothing with my suit. There you go. And that's exactly it. Ooh, another thing to add with change. Fursuits in terms of quality and creativity are changing. 3D printed heads, a lot more electronics, new hybrids, new finagled parts. I sound like a boomer, but that's okay. The quality. A plethora of artists in the community. You know what? Maybe I might turn it into like, okay, where is there good change and bad change? Where like, good change, there's a plethora of artists in the community. Bad change, as a result, there's a lot more competition to get into like the artist alley or the art show or the dealer's den. Negative change. I'm going to organize all this later, but this is just like kind of points that I'm writing down that I want to add in. I kind of like this. Is more competition in terms of advertising artists, specifically artist alley competition, dealer's den, etc. I wonder if there's a hybrid progen that run off electricity and other fuel source like food. I don't know. My friend's fursuit has so much tech and wires that every time he travels, it looks like a bomb through the X-ray scanner. That's wild. That's wild and awesome at the same time. I like that. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, note for video. Good versus bad change. Perceived bad change. I.e., more artists, but more competition in dealers' den. I like this. This is good. This is good. I like it. I like where this is. I like how this is organized. See, this is why I wanted to do this video or this stream, because I wanted to bounce these ideas off you guys for this. Didn't you deactivate your Twitter? I did for a little bit just because I wanted a little bit of a break, and then I decided, you know what, I'll bring it back and just kind of leave for a bit. I was having a really bad fucking time with social media and people being just abhorrent to me, so I'm just like, you know what? fuck the noise. I'm going to focus on something else. And so I deactivated for a bit because I wanted to go away. And then I'm like, you know what? Probably a bad look. I'm going to bring it back. And then I'm actually going to take a break. And so I'm here. So that's what I've been doing. Back in my day, we walked back to our rooms in fursuit 15 miles uphill both ways. Back in my day moment, I want to add that. What I see changing in furry YouTube is very different. No Majira. I'm the last of that group left. But there are plenty of other furries who are other furry YouTubers doing all sorts of content. Twitch streaming. Furry community on VR chat. That's especially a big one. The VR chat presence is so much bigger. What was another change that I saw in furry? For me especially. Ooh. The type of YouTube content I make. Started with character, still commentaries. Moved to stream highlights. Then back to regular face cam commentaries / videos. Some people yearn for Maverick. Where's Maverick? I've tried revisiting some of these content types, but they don't feel the same as they used to. And that's okay. Can look back on it happily and know I did I don't want to say that. I did a good job that it happened. Be happy that it happened. Maybe revisit or change it so a new different in the future.
Maverick's feet.
Yeah. Yeah, right in my face. Yeah, I do like some Maverick feet. Okay, that's pretty good. Decline of furry site popularity. Is Fur Affinity declining in popularity? Is that actually something that's happening? I always thought that it was just kind of that site that everyone uses to archive and post their furry artwork so that it doesn't go into like the trenches of Twitter or like those that don't want to post it to E621. Migration to other social media. I did actually add that in earlier of like social media is bigger. There's more people talking. There's more people to talk to. However, what was it? Where did I put it? Yeah, social media being different with everyone moving from Twitter to Blue Sky, because the vibe of social media is a lot more drama, call-out driven. Usually you see the worst shit ever and it's algorithmically driven. Which I get most, if not all, social media is going to be algorithmically driven. But, like, it's definitely more so nowadays. New talent in the fandom. New people that everyone knows that I have never heard of before. Fur Track. Oh my god, that too. Same to how a lot of other specialized forums shifted to other platforms and sites. That too, it makes it so much easier to some extent, or at least that's what everyone's looking for, the next new easy thing. I noticed in the community in New Jersey that LGBTQ or whatever it is now has changed. Like, for example, at Garden State for the weekend, me being a joke for in the community that everyone knows of one of their staff who looked clearly transgender snapped at me in the most rudest way. Half the community defended me, but the other half didn't. So I'm starting to notice that the LGBT community is starting to become divided within the community. That might just be a case of like the situation. I'm not necessarily sure. There probably is much more specifics with that is not really known about it. But still, everything does change in time. Also, hi, Quillhound. Hope you're doing well. And don't worry, this is a late, last-second impromptu stream. I just kind of realized, you know, I want to stream today. I want to have, like, a discussion like I have, get more philosophical to some extent. I almost said philanthropic, but that's more like charity. That's philanthropy. But it's like, you know, things change, and, you know, you can revisit things that happened before, but they won't be the same as they are now. Or, like, you could go back and do it. That's more of the point of it. Hold on here. Yeah, I want to highlight that. That's a point that I want to talk about. And then I also added in for another sense, well, like, well, even though a lot has changed, what has stayed the same? The sense of community. The change happening was good, and the community was able to accommodate because it was still well and thriving. Furry has grown tremendously, but it's surviving pretty well. Friends stay, and some who have gone. Ooh. Trends. If anything, trends are happening and changing much faster with the surge in internet media and the furry community being more of an internet community or online community. What furry is about is hasn't changed. What people enjoy about it being weird hasn't changed. And the most important part, you're still here. Beautiful. How am I changing? In discussions, I've realized I've neglected my knack for philosophy and really enjoying video essay like discussions and breakdowns. Cutesy and woo as I was before. I'm more confident and driven and tired, especially. TFF is around the corner. I am not going to TFF, sadly. Though I hope everyone who is going is going to have a great time. I just couldn't really afford it or swing it. Same thing with FCL or Furcation Land. That's happening this weekend. Or I think it's next weekend. I just know I can't go because I want to save money, and I also have taxes to pay, so there's that. But still. Watching you has finally given me the confidence to go to my first furry convention this month. Wish me luck. Well, good luck to you, Emilis. I'm a little salty. I almost said Emilicity or what. I'm a little salty. Try not to be too salty at the convention. I hope you have a good time. Remember to have an open mind and try something new. Say hi to a fursuiter. We should seek change. We should seek to grow and improve and not stagnate. Try something new. Challenge yourself. with breaking a bad habit. Break that social anxiety. Go up to a fursuiter who you really like and ask for a hug. The worst they can say is no, and 99% of the time it is not your fault. Change will find you, and it usually hurts more. I'm just writing these down so that in time when I look at this, when I am... Oh my god, this is going to be like a 2 fucking... Jeez! Where the fuck did these 2 extra pages come from? This happens to me way too much, guys. It happens way too fucking much. Oh my god, now I have all these fucking notes and whatnot. I already said that in the beginning. Megaplex goated. It fucking is, React. Are you going this year? I'm absolutely going. It was such a fucking good con. Oh my god, I'm so glad I did. Also, hello, fellow Shep bro. I miss and love you lots. I hope you're well. I did that to my yearly list for sure. Same for me, up until the point where it gets too big for its own good. It gets too big where it's just like too big and too uncomfortable that I just can't really do it as much. But I'm in the same boat with you. I'm absolutely in the same boat with you. Such a good fucking con. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving it 2 or 3 more years tops. Next year, I think everyone, or this year rather, everyone's going to know that it's like the big fucking con for everyone to attend. Next year is going to be even bigger, and then I think by year 3 or something, it's either going to be the biggest or it's going to have already had to move. But that I don't know about because I don't know anything from like con staff or anything. Let's see, what else has grown or added? Cosplayers at furry conventions. Non-furry costumes. Or... growing in nerd culture. Some might think it's good or bad, depending on how you look at it. It was already pretty packed, at least in the pool areas. It really was. I remember, I think it was like Saturday afternoon. I was with like Light and a few friends, and we ended up literally like going to the pool, and I think he rented like a cabana or something, and that was like our little like safe space because everywhere else was fucking packed. It was packed. Even getting into the pool, it was packed. But it was like, honestly, it was such an amazing sight to see basically everyone in the pool with their fursuit heads on and just kind of going around either taking pics, having drinks. It was, honestly, I think the vibes were the most immaculate that con, with like everyone in suit at the pool. That was really cool to me. That's the play pool, some money for a cabana? Absolutely, but those things aren't fucking cheap. I think it's like $300 for like renting one. I'm like, but, you know, if you do pull it together, it can work out. My suit is not getting anywhere near that chlorinated pool. Oh, yeah. But, you know, I'm usually careful with it. I got some nice pics by the pool with friends. I'm just, that's just me. You know, I don't blame you for not wanting to get near a chlorinated pool, especially with having fursuit colors that are much darker, because I know with your fursuit, it's much more like brown and black colors that can easily fucking like be affected by bleach. So, you know what? I don't blame you. But if you ever do, I'm telling you, those suit photos are pretty good. They're pretty good. But yeah, React, we're talking about how the furry fandom has changed here and there in many different aspects, whether it's like the online culture, conventions themselves, with how it's grown, how people perceive things. And it all started from this idea of like the topic of fursuiting changing, where like people would stay in character in their fursuits or not speak in fursuits, that was a trend or something that people practiced as like a tradition. I think I was going to add this point on too. Tradition can be important, and you can always practice it on your end. Will always change. Nothing lasts forever. Life sucks and we all die. Haven't really been around the fandom long enough to really notice changes. That's fair enough. I mean, to be fair, you've been here for a hot minute, too. It's been a good, like, 3 years. Maybe it's just because, for me, I'm so socially in tune with the internet and social media, sadly, that I've seen a lot changed with how people treat one another, which is really shitty in some cases. But I guess the only thing that I've really noticed is what I wrote down here with what has changed with people who have come and gone, communities that have come and gone, a surge in VR chat, a surge in the online community, online culture being a lot more prominent, as much as it was prominent before COVID, with like furry Twitter being a big thing, and it still is. It's a lot bigger, and it's always growing. I'd say a lot more rapidly than it was. Like 2018, 2019, I think it was at a pretty steady growth. And we were like, everyone was celebrating like, oh my God, like MFF or something just hit like 7,000 attendees or like 6,000 attendees. That's crazy. And then COVID lockdown and everything came back. And now there's so many people online. And now so many people are wanting to go to cons too. It's really crazy. I just like having these talks. So that's why I'm looking to maybe do this video, just being inspired from this tweet that I saw. TFF reg number is 1339. Was that your reg number? Oh, wait, that was 2000. Wait, TFF? TFF happened in 2008? I thought it was a more recent con that started. I've been in the fandom since 2009 and has been a lot of change. My local con is Texas Furry Fiesta, has changed hotels 3 times and went from 1,200 people in 2012, my first con, up to 8,000 last year. So watching it explode in attendance was nice. God damn, that's really cool to see. I might actually add that as a point, too. What was it? Furry fandom growing. Conventions exploding in popularity. TFF 2012 equals 1,200 attendees. TFF 2025 equals 8,000 attendees. After switching hotels around 3 times. That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's just, you know, natural growth to think about. But it's like, just looking back on it in retrospect is really neat. That's the word that I want to mention here. Retrospect. I remember the Sheraton. Isn't that where TFS is now? The Texas Furry Siesta. Now that has taken up the sort of reins there. What reins? What am I fucking talking about? TFS is the Hyatt Regency. Oh, I'm dumb. I just remember I know TFF was at another hotel. I don't know if that was the Hyatt Regency now or what it was before it switched. This is when I had like been in, I guess, the whole guest of honor thing. I went for like TFF in 2019. No, 2020 was when I went, my first con for TFF. And then 2022 was when they were at the new hotel. It's still at the Sheraton, just the one in downtown Dallas now? Gotcha. Okay. I just wasn't sure. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good sizable video. I'm probably just going to ramble on for like a good hour or so about all these topics. And I'm probably going to organize it before I start of like the good versus the bad change. Like, you know, perceived good or bad change. Change is just subjective. TFF is Elevator Con. Every con is Elevator Con. Elevator Con is becoming a lot more prominent because of furry fandom growing and changing. You know, lots of people. Lots and lots of people. I don't know. I could probably ramble on about this for a good hour and maybe turn it into a podcast topic, but this is pretty much what I wanted to go over with you guys. Get some ideas from you of how the fandom has changed in however many years. People just do not respect the fursuiters first aspect anymore. Yeah. I remember there used to be times where you would just have the two separate lines and people would just sit there and or just stand there and, you know, respect it. Like, oh, if there is a fursuiter there, you know, let them go. But now you have to have like con staff actively there. You have to have them actively there putting people in elevators. That might be a point too. Where did I put that elevator con part? Where did I put it? Fur track is a new thing. Cosplayers. Elevator. Con. Didn't I say that for like a drama part too? I don't know. Originally, people respecting fursuiters to go first on elevators. Now elevators are managed by con staff members. Wasn't an issue or problem before till now. Maybe lack of respect or discipline, or maybe just the booming amount of people. Could argue that people are a lot more, what is it, selfish and less selfless, but that also is up in the air. All right. I don't love the overlay lines, but I do love meeting new friends from being stuck in a line with them for 20 plus minutes. That's always the fun part. There's always a new adventure, okay? I'm not trying to cut line. I'm literally about to die. Please let me in. That too. That too, especially. Oh my god. Though I have seen that cons have done a better job at managing elevator lines. Like whenever it becomes a problem, it's not just like, okay, let the attendees deal with it or let the hotel deal with it. No, usually like con staff members or volunteers will get on that like ASAP, even on like the Wednesday. Like I saw it at MFF last year. It's probably going to happen at FWA this year, the different lines and elevators. If I get groped by someone in an elevator without consent one more time, I'm throwing elbows. Yeah, boundaries, people, boundaries. That's not even a fucking boundaries thing. That's just like respect. That's just like, what the fuck? I'm so sorry, React. Trust me, I've been there before. It fucking sucks because people are really shitty about it. No, yeah, it's just sexual harassment. It's not even just, oh, boundaries. Like, no, it's... I think for some people, when the fursuit goes on, their brain turns off that that's a person. I don't even know. That shouldn't even be a fucking problem. I don't even want to try and describe that or think about that because it's like, how do you even get to that point? Just don't... Keep your hands to yourself. Ask before you touch. That's shit that we've known for years, you know? Which actually was kind of part of what I had mentioned earlier of like what is changing in the fandom. What was it? A lot of issues and drama and controversy that wasn't there now is and is much more prominent. AKA human problems have become furry problems. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of tying all these different discussions that I've had in the past into this. I like this. I think for now, this is a good point to cut off the script because truthfully, it's already like 2 pages long and I don't want to sit here for like 2 hours, even though I literally have sat here for an hour and a half scripting the video. But for recording the video later, I don't want it to be like a 2-hour recording. I want it to be succinct and to the point with everything I want to discuss. So... I think we're going to stop with the whole discussion here. I'll probably do some, like, organization of how I want the video laid out later. But for now, I pretty much have all the ideas that I want to put out in this video. So thank you guys for the help. I like kind of going over these scripts. I know it's not really the most entertaining thing in the world. But just kind of bouncing ideas off of one another is really nice. That's why, truthfully, I really want to focus more on, like, kind of building up Patreon and all that, like, kind of getting, like, community feedback and whatnot set up for it. It's just it's fascinating to me to be able to kind of just bounce ideas off like this, and I don't want to just do it in streams. I want to do it in, like, other formats where, like, feedback is given. All these other things are given. I like it. But yeah. Quick question, do you allow other languages, like only greetings and goodbyes, or no? I prefer to keep it in English-only chat. I prefer to keep it in English-only chat, please and thanks. But thank you for asking, though. Thank you for asking. But regardless, what I want to do now is potentially start looking through or watching a video that I actually started listening to in the shower earlier today, because I've been on this kick where I want to listen to, like, video essays and breakdowns on, like, media, subtopics, philosophy, psychology, sociology. I've been wanting to learn more about that and applying it to just how the world is nowadays. And I've been really on this kick of, like, learning about, like, kind of what's going on with, like, social media and, like, how it can be interpreted in that aspect of philosophy. But I saw this video. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. I'm actually going to be taking notes while I'm going through this video, by the way. I know it's a weird React Andy moment, but I want to do it. I want to do this. Hold on. Second page. Let me write this down. Drowning. I know I could just write this down in, like, a note-taking app or something, but, like, writing down things physically feels and hits different. Does anyone else get that, too? I know it's, like, it's how it be, but, like, I don't know. I just prefer writing things down now. Let's see. So, real quick, let me see if I can switch screens. YouTubing bottom right, is that it? Yes. So, I saw this video pop up on my feed. And I want to watch over a little bit with you guys and get some, like, do some note-taking with it. Because this is kind of intuitive about, like, social media and in us being in this age of distraction. Which is what the title of this video is. Drowning in Entertainment, the Age of Distraction. I still have post-it notes. I need to get more because all the fucking sticky parts of it ran out, Marky. Let me see. I want to write down the rest of this. Drowning in Entertainment. The Age of Distraction. I don't know if I'm going to take notes on it now, but, like, I was just thinking, like, I want to write down some of the things that I learned that are fascinating about this so I can maybe remember it for later. I think the most frustrating thing for me is that the closest furry con to my area only ran for 1 year and the people running were horrible. Jeez. I'm sorry to hear, but that can very well happen, believe it or not. But, I want to watch this video. Or at least listen to it with you guys. Because I heard some very, very interesting points about it that I might want to kind of run off of in terms of, like, the furry part of it. And then maybe after that, I'm thinking if we can, I'll probably end up switching gears to Sonic Unleashed. Or if we're just not feeling this video essay, or this video in general, we can switch to Sonic Unleashed. I can just start that up real quick. But I want to give it at least 5 minutes and see how everyone's doing. If you guys enjoy this and want to watch more of it, we can do that. If it's kind of boring, you know, we can switch gears. But this is a video that I saw. I want to give it a watch with you guys and see what you guys think or feel of it.
We're riddled with pointless talk, insane quantities of words and images. Stupidity's never blind or mute, so it's not a problem of getting people to express themselves, but of providing little gaps of solitude and silence in which they might eventually find something to say. In ancient Greece, there was a philosopher named Chrysippus, Sisyphus's great-great-grandfather. There are 2 ways he is reported to have died, and we only care about the second one. Apparently, he was strolling about until he saw a donkey eating some figs, and he yelled, "Now give the donkey a pure wine to wash down the figs." He found this joke so
very nice
damn
voice.
funny that he laughed and laughed and laughed and then died from laughing too hard. That's the type of self-love I'm trying to have. Imagine being able to literally amuse yourself to death. Oh wait, is this the perfect segue to introduce the book Amusing Ourselves to Death by Neil Postman, written in 1985 with a foreword written by his son Andrew Postman? Quote, "I am saying something far more serious than that we are being deprived of authentic information. I am saying we are losing our sense of what it means to be well informed. Ignorance is always correctable, but what shall we do if we take ignorance to be knowledge?"
Isn't it great how this is a quote from a 1985 fucking book, and it has all so much more prevalence in our day and age? Isn't that great? Isn't that fascinating? Oh my god, man. It's really fucking great. As much as things change, things still stay the same. You'd be surprised at how smart some people are with regards to this. Really? I mean, to be fair, my experience with people on social media has been more of like, you know, ignorance is the more of the knowledge than anything else. I've seen people predict the internet age we are currently in the 90s. I was not cognizant in the 90s. In fact, I was cognizant in about 2001 after my cousin's birthday party. So I can't even really say I'm a 90s kid. But regardless, that does make a lot of sense. I never really saw anything about that with like the internet. Look, I know I'm fucking like 27, but like I didn't know anything about this. I just saw this fucking what was it? I just saw this as like I just saw this quote and I'm like, "Oh my god, they really did like predict the future." Because, you know, naturally, I guess with things becoming more and more easy, with the goal of it being like, how can we simplify life? To some extent, simplifying even entertainment, too, is how we're here. Went from, like, home television to YouTube shorts in the span of, like, 30 years. Not even. It's fucking crazy. Oh, I love it. I don't love it, but it's interesting.
Her breathing will then cease, and she will die of terminal bliss.
The books 1984 by George Orwell and
There you
Brave
go,
New World
1984,
by Aldous Huxley are 2 famous books about mass oppression, but they describe 2 very different types of oppression. In 1984, there's an authoritarian government that watches over everything you do. Everyone must wear the same clothes, attend the same morning ceremony, there's hardcore censorship, basically how Fox News thinks China still is. Then there's Brave New World, a society where people constantly pop soma, a pill that keeps them in a state of pleasure. They've come to love and accept the brainwashing that happens in the baby creation factories. And they have lots of orgies. While Orwell's 1984 warns us about external oppression, Huxley's Brave New World warns us about getting so used to our oppression that we participate in it ourselves. Quote,
I might need to take fucking notes on this video. I'm gonna do that later. I'm probably gonna watch over this a bunch. Cause like that, I haven't read either of those books, by the way. I wish I could sit down and read a fucking book in this day and age, but I'm at the point where I'm like, oh. But hey, you know, it might be a point for me to potentially give that a challenge for myself in the future. Read a book. But yeah, you were right about that, Quillhound. The book 1984, that's what they mentioned. Was that the exact one? I also recommend Fahrenheit 451. That's one of the books that I did read that I actually want to reread because I never really understood it in the amount of times that I had read it. So I'm probably going to try rereading it again. That would be a book I'd try, which I think I actually have a copy of it at like my parents' place in like all my old book storage for like school and college and high school. So yeah, you're going to pat my head. Please give me head pats, Opta. Can I have Opta cuddles while we're at it? Please. Ooh. Please, Uwu.
What Orwell feared were those who would ban books. What Huxley feared was that there would be no reason to ban a book, for there would be no one who wanted to read one. Orwell feared those who would deprive us of information. Huxley feared those who would give us so much that we would be reduced to passivity and egoism. Many people are self-aware of our declining attention span. As a kid, I used to be able to read and read without end. Even in high school, I could do my homework without distraction for at least a few hours, which made me an awful texter. I got lots of complaints about that. But now, within like half an hour of doing my work, I can feel my brain tingling to get a glimpse of my phone. If I'm not typing furiously in lectures to stimulate my brain...
Ooh, okay. Quillhound, what you had said just reminded me of, and this is kind of a sad example to use, the desensitization of crime and violence, how things are, life is reality. Yeah, life really is how books have kind of like predicted it. So like an example of this that I'm kind of taking to the extent that so little TLDR, have you guys heard of the Angel Engine at all? Does that, I guess, internet horror series. It's a boring off video where Family Guy funny moments. Anuka, here's the thing. I have never sat down and watched a single episode of Family Guy. Ever. I've never seen a full episode. I've only seen like the clips from fucking like Twitter and YouTube. But I had seen a couple of different YouTubers and like video essayists go over this series called The Angel Engine, which is sadly all the visuals in the Angel Engine series are made with AI, which is one of those things where I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to watch or support the original series. I'm just going to go over what other creators are going over with it. When I had seen it, the whole premise of it is just basically like the world is on the brink of collapse. You know, all resources have been destroyed, you know, animals have been hunted and killed, and so humans resort to praying for help, like praying to God and angels and whatnot to send some help. And an angel is sent, and the angel comes with promises of helping humanity with their problems. And what does humanity do? They take the angel and strap it into an engine and perform artificial miracles with it and drain it of its like essence, like hurting it, torturing it. And it pretty much just like destroys the earth even more. And so it's one of these points where like, to some extent, I saw that piece of media and I'm like, this could have very well have happened. This could and very well can happen. And it kind of is, to some extent, like an omen of things to come, with like misuse of resources, completely emptying like the planet of any sort of life. And so we are getting to the point where like, if there was an angel that showed up, yeah, you know, instead of actually, you know, treating it like a person or treating it with like respect or seeing this as help, they take it and use it as like an opportunity to make things more. It even got to a point in that series where like there were debates about like, should an angel have rights or not? I'm like, yeah, that would happen in this day and age. I feel like people on social media would be like, does this angel deserve rights? It does deserve rights. No, it doesn't. It's not a human. Like, it's this is where we are. This is humanity. OMG, we're talking about Subway Surfers? Are we talking about Evangelion? So here's the thing. When I had watched through that whatever the Angel Angel Engine series, I thought of one of two things. I thought of Evangelion, or I thought of what is it, Ultra Kill. I literally thought the Angel Engine was just Ultra Kill. If you know the lore and story to Ultra Kill, that is literally it. Literally just Ultra Kill. That's what I love about any sort of like angelic new piece of media with the story, and they're like, ooh, this is new and innovative. I'm like, this is either just Evangelion or Ultra Kill. It is either or. There is nothing new. Like literally, what was it? Has-Been Hotel, Ultra Kill, and Evangelion. What's another example of like angels of media? Supernatural, Ultra Kill. What else? I don't know what else. I don't know what other pieces of media have like angelic or religious biblical themes in it. But it's just like... I forgot there were angels in Supernatural. There were. Oh, and there was like death in Supernatural. There was Cain and Abel in it. I only just saw it from like the clips. I should actually watch it, but there's a lot of seasons. Mandela Catalog, Ultra Kill. Angel Hair, Ultra Kill. Literally. It's literally just like either humanity takes advantage of the angels or the angels take advantage of humanity because they dug into something that they shouldn't have. That's literally it. Bendy and the Ink Machine with Alice Angel. Ultra Kill. Literally. That's literally what it is. Doom, Ultra Kill. Beta, I will give you so much more quality media if you're looking for things to watch. Please, Opta. I need some good quality media. VeggieTales has angels. I haven't seen VeggieTales, but if I were to take a guess, it's probably Evangelion. The Good Place? I don't know. I've never seen The Good Place. I don't know what The Good Place is. I know there's something about nachos in it. That's all I really got. Or maybe I have the wrong series. I don't know. But Ultra Kill. I don't know any other pieces of media, but that's the first on your watch list. Where can I watch it for free, preferably? Either way, I'm gonna keep watching this. I'm gonna keep reading chat as well. This would just become a Cruel Angels thesis. Oh, you mean Ultra Kill? Yeah. Russ? Russ is not... It's free. I wish Russ was free. Russ is pretty cool. I miss Russ. Russ is good soup.
Then I'm bored to death. Everyone knows it's because we're consuming short-form content now.
Oh, Netflix?
Whether it be
I don't have
15-second
Netflix.
TikToks or 250-character tweets. And
Oh
we're
my
constantly
God.
surrounded by distractions like advertisements. But what if it goes deeper than that? Way deeper.
I'm pretty sure an ad break was supposed to happen there. Did you see that break after the advertisement part?
Constantly surrounded by distractions like advertisements. But what if it goes
I think there was supposed to be an ad break there, but I have YouTube Premium, so
deeper than that? Way deeper.
the coyotes in the streets are free. You can just take them home and then answer Amlik.
When my hands
Aww.
on your grease gun, that's very sus.
I miss Amlik.
It's just a bit weird.
Metaphors are used all the time to help us understand one thing in the context of another. For example, God is a bearded man in the sky, family is a tree, time is a clock. Now, some people might question that last one. The clock is not a metaphor for time. Time really is minutes and seconds and hours. But is it? Before the clock was invented, no one thought of time in these mathematically precise chunks. Even now when we experience time, some hours seem to zip
This is so
by
cool.
and some never seem to end. But the clock has become so synonymous with time that people think the clock is time. Metaphors are supposed to just represent things, but in our minds, we can accidentally mess up and see the metaphor as the thing itself. This is why media is so powerful. Media is a metaphor for communication. The book is a metaphor for knowledge. Music can be a metaphor for beauty. But media is so pervasive in our lives that we often mistake media as the thing that's being communicated. Whenever we watch a movie about love, it's a mere metaphor for love, but people end up thinking love just is this character's relationship. When we watch the news, it's a metaphor for knowledge, but many people now think the news just is knowledge, or perhaps even the truth. The dominant form of media in society shapes everything. How we communicate with each other, how we approach topics, and how we literally see the world. Quote, perhaps you are familiar with the old adage that says, to a man with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. We may extend that truism. To a person with a pencil, everything looks like a sentence. To a person with a TV camera, everything looks like an image. To a person with a computer, everything looks like...
I put on Terrafon D's nuts Syndicnodders.
Okay, now guys, now that we have this information about metaphors, what is D's nuts a metaphor for? What is D's nuts a metaphor for? What is D's nuts a metaphor for? Getting killed by a door? I was thinking more like if there was a door. I don't know why I thought if I slam my penis in the car door. I fucking hate it here. Jaw, thank you. Thank you for the 43-month resub. Jaw, I hope you're doing well. Can we get a shout out for Jaw? Jaw is good soup. Jaw, am I going to see you at Fwa? Are we going to have 3 a.m. Metro Diner adventures like last year? Please. Look, okay, so a tariff is a metaphor for economic breakdown, and the D's nuts as a metaphor for your mom. Very good. Very good, Silver. Joel, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it lots. I hope you're doing well. We're watching this fascinating video that I'll probably end up stopping at some point, and we either pick up later or I'm going to tell you guys this is what you're watching for homework if you want to understand my videos a little better. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Joel, you're good soup. I miss you lots. I hope you're well. D's nuts was a metaphor with the friends we made along the way. You know what? I like that, Opta. I gotta piss like a motherfucker. How are you? Where's Nova? I hope you're doing well, Draxler. It's good to see you again. We out here, part 618. You know what? We're almost there. Can you hold it for me? Cups hands. Cups hands. I can't.
Data.
Oh my god, I
can't.
can't.
It's not just an upgraded version of the old.
Wait, hold on. A grilled chicken sandwich? What was on the sandwich? Was it just like a grilled chicken sandwich as is, or was there more with it? Was there more with it? I gotta know.
A car is not just a faster horse. A light bulb is not just a more advanced candle. It doesn't matter that they were built for the same purpose. They are completely
tomato, pepper
different
jack,
from
cheese,
one another
avocado, and
because the
some
fundamental
sauce.
form of these objects have changed.
I want.
Similarly, the computer is not just an updated
awesome.
version of a typewriter.
I
The
want
television is not just a moving version of photography. Changes in the form of technology literally redefine language and public culture. The invention of the car didn't just make us move faster. It's revolutionized how we plan our cities, how much we value nature, how we express our social status.
I thought that was Logan Paul for a second. Oh, man. This topic is interesting because I was doing a lot more philosophy yesterday about a very related topic. Were you now, Opta? I should bounce some of the ideas that I have off of you. I keep forgetting you are a smart cookie in my book, and I didn't know that you had any sort of, like... That sounds a little mean. Oh, Opta, I had no idea you had this idea of moral philosophy, but more like, you know, I just didn't know that you were more in tune with philosophy to the extent that I am. So, like... I like this. Look, I gotta like start sending you some of the videos that I find too, and you should, if you can, please send me whatever videos you find are interesting things. I'm in this arc now where I need to start learning new things. I've stagnated for too long. That's where the whole change topic with Google Docs with my fucking video script that I'm doing is going. But yeah.
And has even become a sex symbol. The form of every medium predisposes it to be used in some ways and not in others. I need a fork. Hold on.
A fork?
I can use a fork as a knife if I tried hard enough, but its form makes it much more possible to use it for picking stuff up, not cutting things, even though I could if I wanted to. Blech. I am talking right now. And with my verbal words and sentences, I can convey pretty complex ideas. I can explain Hegel's dialectic.
I was thinking about things because it's how I think about my emotions and my values.
System. But can I still do that if my form of communication was using
I like
a
inflating
lighter?
because it makes me feel good. I'd do it
Maybe
right
if
now,
you
but it would
gave me
skip the video
10
to the end and
billion
we'd
years to spell things
lose
out in Morse code.
our point.
Sure,
where we are.
but realistically, no, I can't. The form of a lighter excludes certain types of content from being communicable. But maybe the lighter is better suited for communicating other things, like danger, or I really miss the 2010s indie sleaze aesthetic. Thus, the main
Indie
form of our
sleaze?
communication methods.
That's all of, like, the regular show. Just watch regular show. There you go. You got the indie sleaze aesthetic all there. That's regular show for you. That's J.G. Quintel, or I think that's his name. Yeah, the director creator of a regular show, and whoever did the other series after that. Yeah, J.G. Quintel. That's his whole fucking vibe. If you want. I prefer to push the world in a good direction, but I gotta understand and decide what good is to begin with, and whether I dislike something for a reason, or if it's just because of a bad taste in my mouth. Exactly, you know, if it's objectively bad versus subjectively bad, if that makes sense. If it's objectively bad in the sense that it's bad in general, versus if it's only bad because you have an experience with it being bad, or you have an association with it being bad because of your experience. That's something I actually try to preach a lot of when it comes to, like, furry things, furry experiences. You know, the whole puphood drama that I did the video on. Like, it's not naturally a bad thing. You might have a bad taste in your mouth because it might look a bit unappealing or different for you, but it offers a lot of good for others who enjoy it within reason of what they enjoy. So that's just something to keep in mind with it. Also, hello everyone on YouTube chat. Hope you're doing well. I'm just watching some of this video. I think at some point we're going to stop it around, like, the 10-minute mark, and then I'll let you guys watch the rest of it at some other point, or whenever the next
will
break
favor
is here.
Certain types of dominant content. I feel like a lot of people still think we live in a print society, so text like books and articles and just words in general are our main form of communication. But I feel like we're either saying bye-bye to print being the main player, or we already have said goodbye. What we more accurately exist in is a visual audio society.
What did you say?
Americans in the 1800s were pretty obsessed with conquering space. Hashtag colonizer
Space!
core. They worked really hard to extend railroads and make them move faster, but still, how fast information could move was limited by how fast transportation was. Then came the telegraph. Suddenly, information was free from the bounds of space. It's like words could just float through the air from...
I kind of want someone to call me a slur via telegraph. Is that possible? Like, at all one of these days, someone to call me a slur via telegraph? I don't know why that's my first thought. That just sounds fascinating to me. Bad and good are always subjective. It just depends on what your aims and values are. If you describe something as bad, it is simply detrimental to a value you have. Huh. I'd probably argue that depending on your age bracket and social class, the type of society you are a part of is different. Huh. You know, it's fascinating. I don't know why, Opta, but, like, I don't know if I told you this, but I've been watching through Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because I haven't seen the series at all, and I don't know what happens in it. I've managed to avoid all spoilers for it. And for some reason, what you had said is very much reminding me of... I had just gotten past this part. I think it was, like, the interlude episode. The part where, like... Hohenheim, which, first off, Hohenheim, von Hohenheim as a name, holy fuck, that goes hard. The part where, like, he's around, like, the bonfire, and then, like, he's kind of having his own, like, inner turmoil with, like, who's supposedly father, and then whoever was, like, whatever face's parents that were killed, and like, I love that because it just kind of brings to mind, like, this whole question of, like, why even continue to struggle if the inevitable is going to happen? And it's like, it brings to mind, like, just humans want to try no matter what. And I don't know exactly what the fuck the mother says in that moment, but it's reminding me of that. I gotta rewatch that. I think rewatching the interlude would be very good for me. He's gone far enough. He doesn't need the backstory. Just stick with Brotherhood. Yeah, I know if I don't do Brotherhood, if I do Brotherhood compared to the original Full Metal Alchemist, it's definitely different, but I want to stick with Brotherhood. I'm going to stick with Brotherhood. I'm going to watch it. So, but it just, what you said reminded me of that, and I probably have to go back and rewatch that part of that episode, because I think it would be important to take notes on and remember, just like this whole video. But regardless, I want to keep going.
One line to another. With the telegraph, New York and Louisiana could both hear about an affair that happened in Texas in a matter of minutes. Even though physically on land, New York is way farther from Texas than Louisiana, according to my very limited US geography. It created an interconnected country that was previously impossible. But this kind of caused a serious problem. People were like, whoa, I love not being able to wait. I just want to hear more and more right now. Over time, then, what mattered in the news was simply whether it sounded interesting, shocking, or new. Telegraph companies wanted to send information as fast as possible. The value of information no longer came from its usefulness in social and political decision-making. Think about how before we could talk to someone halfway across the world, newspapers could only report on local news, about people and events that actually had a personal relationship or effect on us. Oh my god, Johnny drowned in the lake? Poor boy, I remember seeing him at the candy store once. The mayor raised our taxes again? Well, fuck, let's go protest outside of City Hall. But the telegraph wowed people with the speed at which information could be transmitted. Speed became this extremely valuable feature of information. And so what mattered was how much information could be transported in the shortest amount of time. This began the true commodification of information as a thing. We clearly see this today with journalists fighting to be the first ones to write about breaking news. People on Twitter spreading the hottest gossip as quickly as possible, even when it's about the absolutely most irrelevant things ever. This causes a constant flow of information and more information and more information until actually important information gets drowned out in a sea of irrelevance. To understand how irrelevant the information we consume has gotten, Postman asks some really good questions. How often does it occur that information provided to you on morning radio or television or in the morning newspaper causes you to alter your plans for the day, or to take some action you would not otherwise have taken, or provides insight into some problem you are required to solve? Does learning about which latest celebrity got a botched nose job actually affect how we live our day-to-day lives? How many people, after reading about earthquakes and wars in a completely different continent, actually take any action to help? A man in Maine and a man in Texas could converse, but not about anything either of them knew or cared very much about. The telegraph may have made the country into one neighborhood, but it was...
Hold on, sorry. You were saying a lot, Opta, about Full Metal Alchemist that I wanted to read up on. Original is kind of terrible, but the setting and context is cropped out at the beginning of FMAB, so it's weird to start unless you're already aware. It's kind of like watching the Evangelion rebuilds without having ever seen the original Evangelion. So, about that last part. Yeah, I gotta still watch the OG Evangelion. Truthfully, I've only seen 1.11, and that was it, so I'll watch through the actual series at some point. The multiplication of far-reaching techniques of communication has two important results. In the first place, it increases the sheer radius of communication, so that for certain purposes, the whole civilized world is made the psychological equivalent of a primitive tribe. Huh. I didn't think about it that way. I just kind of understood, like, the point of, like, what this video is getting towards is where, like, the commodification of information has made it so that time is much, much more valuable. It's in the sense of, like, how quickly can you get the point across? Like, news is a lot less of, like, oh, it gets there in, like, a few days or a few hours. It's more like it gets there when it happens. And so time is of the essence. Time has never not been more of something that is counted in the seconds rather than, like, minutes, if that makes sense. Because, you know, media is minimized. You have short-form videos becoming more prominent than longer-form videos.
Strangers who
Meanwhile,
knew
watching a
nothing
30-minute
but the
video.
most superficial facts about each other. These things give us something to talk about and to feel opinionated on, but most of the information we receive is solely for consumption. Rarely does it prompt action. Everything became everyone's business. For the first time, we were sent information which answered no
Biscuit Fister!
And which, in any case, didn't...
I love your name. War in Vor? What an amazing thing to say when we're looking at the U.S. map. Great. War and Vor. Where's Hunter? We gotta get Hunter in here. How you doing, Biscuit Fister? Hope you're doing well. Can we get a shout out for Biscuit Fister real quick? I gotta see if I can do it in, what is it, Twitch chat. Where's my Twitch chat? Where's my Twitch chat? Hold on, where's my Twitch chat? I gotta get a shout out for Biscuit Fister. Thank you for the raid, though. I hope you're doing well, by the way. We're looking through this very, very interesting video about just the age of distraction, social media being what it is, being weird, being finagly, and people putting more time and effort into it. And I guess the commodification, so I guess right now it's on the commodification of news and whatnot. There is a point in this video where I want to stop things off, though, so we'll probably get to that then. And then we're going to switch gears to playing a little bit of Sonic Unleashed, because I'm kind of feeling that for a little bit before we wrap up for the evening. But we're getting back to the video. I hope you had a good stream on your end, though. You're awesome and a great being. I appreciate that. You're awesome, too. You're good soup. I appreciate your energy and your vibes, and you just being you. I feel like I was going to say something after that, but I didn't know what I was going to say, and I kind of hoped it popped into my mind, but it didn't. So now we had, like, awkward silence. So, yeah, go and check out Biscuit Fist. In all seriousness, go and check him out. Thanks for the raid, though, Bean. I hope you had a good stream on your end.
Not permit the right of reply. Intelligence becomes equated with knowing lots of things rather than knowing about things. Trivia games and crossword puzzles actually were invented because of this explosion of irrelevant information. With all the information people were getting that was useless or unrelated to our own lives, we were like,
that's awesome.
Well, let's invent a situation where this information can become useful. The telegraph also separated information from context. In a piece of written text, sentences exist together. There is always context and continuity in what you read. You can see visibly how the sentences relate to one another. You are given time to digest what you read. But for the telegraph, slogans, headlines, and other one-liners became the form of information. It conveyed this message that good information doesn't need context. You don't need to hear about the history or the possible implications of the information, and we barely have time to digest what we see and hear before we're moving on to the next set of information. I'll watch an interesting video about class consciousness, but then as soon as I scroll, I'm hit with a cute cat video that is completely detached from what I just watched, and instantly changes my mind's focus. All we get are fragmented statements like, virus from China spreads across the world, harming millions. But questions like, why did it come from China? How did it spread? What should we do? Are all up to the consumer to decide. And we then have to decide based on our own pre-existing biases, because the producer ain't giving us much to work with.
And this is how we have critical thinking problems on social media. Maybe not necessarily. I know there's probably some argument to that. But this is honestly how I feel like it is with it. You know, you got to come to your own conclusions or ask the right questions, but not... Some people just don't do that. Unfortunately, you just look at things at face value on the internet or social media and say like, oh yeah, this is it. Whoever's saying this could never lie to me. When even more and more now, lying is becoming more of the norm. Rage baiting is becoming more of the norm with social media. That's kind of where I wanted to tie it into social media to some extent.
I think this is what causes a lot of conflict online. We fight over what things mean because they're given.
And they use the waffles and pancakes tweet too? Okay, so I am on the same page with this YouTuber, with what she's saying, okay? I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy. I was kind of worrying that I was a little bit, because these big words have been scaring me a little bit, and I need to probably watch this video through a good few times to understand the point of it. Access to all the information, but no deeper processing of it. See, that's what it's kind of like, Izzy. It's kind of like, the best thing I can think of when it comes to something like that is like, you know, in Jujutsu Kaisen, you got Gojo's domain expansion, Infinite Void, and then pretty much the premise of it is like... is just you get all this information of like you sense and hear everything all at once, and it's so overwhelming that you are just stunned. You can't do anything while your body or your mind takes it all in. All your senses are overloaded. And that's kind of to some extent what's happening a little bit with Twitter here and there, social media. You know, pancakes and waffles context.
Without context. The lack of nuance I often see on TikTok is dangerous. Like, stop telling people, here are 2 reasons why your boyfriend can never ever love you, and then not explain the reasons at all. I saw someone say that Gen Z makes fun of boomers for believing everything they see on Facebook, but we literally believe everything we see on TikTok? And, like, I'm sorry, but that is so true for some of you.
All of you. You don't need to say some. It's all of you. History repeats itself. As much as things change, they stay the same. As much as you take 1 step forward, some take 2 steps back. That honestly is where I want to leave things off on. I know it might not be the best point to, but I want to save this video for later and maybe come back to it with a little bit more notes taken on it. But that, I like where it's going, and I want to listen to it more because this whole, I guess, perspective and understanding on the deep implications of how being so connected as we are online has some consequence. You never really think of the consequence when it's already just a part of how things are, a part of our day-to-day lives. You don't realize you might be living in some of the consequences of it. You might not even see it firsthand. And so that's why, in the cases of just social media here, it's good to like reflect on it and understand, you know, am I being fed things in a way that's unhealthy? You know, and understanding when too much is too much to some extent. I don't know what I'm on about here, but bottom line is this video interests me. So you love inflation. So that means you hate deflation, right? What did a flat tire ever do to you? Yeah, guys, I fucking despise flat tires. That's what it is. I'm sorry. I hate flat tires. Just because I like one thing means that I don't like the opposite thing. It's fucking crazy, but I like this video. I want to give it more of a watch later, and I'm probably going to take some notes on it. And if you do listen closely to some of the videos that I'll do on YouTube, you'll probably end up realizing that I'll be referencing a couple of these videos that we've watched so far in that video. So just, I don't know, it's just a little bit of a preview of some videos to come, some topics of discussion that I want to have with whatever I want to talk about for YouTube, for commentaries. I don't know. This stuff fascinates me. So we're going to leave it off for there. I'm going to leave a link to the video in the chat for Restream and whatnot. So feel free to check it out. Go check out that video if you'd like. It's a pretty good one. If you want to listen to the rest of it, I'm probably going to be rewatching it and re-listening to it and taking notes on it because that's just something that I want to learn more about. But I want to shift gears a little bit because I want to play a little bit of Sonic Unleashed since I haven't really played a video game in like on stream in a good like few weeks. So let's fix that. And before you say it, oh, but Beta, you did a VR chat stream the other week with Jake. I know I did. Okay, but we can do it. We can do more. Okay, we can do some actual gaming. Okay, some actual gaming with friends. You know, some actual gaming. You know. So yeah, you know, actual gaming. I'm sorry, I'm a problem right now. I'm getting a little bit loopy, but that's how it be. Or Sonic Unleashed. This game's still so loud. Oh, it's not that loud. Wait a minute, it is. Hold on. If I was Sonic, I'd prefer to be a leash. How do you leash a hedgehog? Beta, do you need someone to hold the leash tonight? Please, Opta, uwu. You can't see it right now, but I'm doing the bottom pointy fingers thing. Hold on, where's my audio settings and whatnot? Go to settings. I need to turn up the audio for this game. Where is it? Hold on. How do I go to, like, individual audio profile settings on fucking Windows? Did they change some shit again? Open volume mixer. There we go. Okay, there it is. Perfect. No, I don't want to see the cock ring video again from Sonic. Thank you, though. Oh, wait, shit! I don't have my controller plugged in! This is a problem. It's a big problem. There we go. Okay. Is the audio all good? Should I turn it up? Can you guys hear me fine? Can you hear the game all right? Can you hear your mom all right? Let me know if it needs to go up or down in terms of audio. It's all good. Then how about this? I'm going to turn it up just a smidge. Just a little bit more than a smidge. 27. I know, I'm one of those that's not setting the audio to 25 or a flat 0 number. Alright, Sonic Unleashed time. I don't remember the last time we played this or update. No, I don't care. Does Sonic Bang Shadow? Does Sonic Bang AP? I think Sonic's a virgin. He's probably like, you know what he reminds me of? He's probably like Goku, who would call Bulma and ask like, "Hey Bulma, what's this sex thing that Chi-Chi wants me to do?" That's what I see Sonic doing. Okay, that's what I see Sonic doing. That's what I see Sonic doing. All right, we continue with this game. I don't know what I did last time. I know I grinded for a shit ton of moon medals. Thank you. I know I grinded for a shit ton of moon medals and sun medals. But I don't know what the fuck I did or what I'm supposed to do next. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, I got to do a nighttime stage. Oh, this is gonna be fun. That's fun. Wait, but how did Gohan look? Anime be anime. Also, I can do this thing. Hold on, wait. Oh, I can't. Hold on. I gotta go to the next area. I gotta show you a cool ability that I learned. Because I was doing a lot of XP grinding too, and I wanted to get Sonic Werehog's level up. Look what I can do! I can do the spiral attack thing that's really cool. It's so cool! Look at that! Whoa, wait, hold on. Dragon. Oh! Oh god, this is gonna be rough. This Sonic has him on all fours? Hell yeah! Yeah, I hope so. Look it, I don't know where we are in this. I just know I'm doing Dragon Road, and I have very bad memories of this stage during the nighttime section. But I'm willing to try it and see how it goes. And then there's some boss that comes up next, I think. It's like Dark Phoenix or something. Something tells me there's a medal back here. Wow! Oh, whoa! I'm so smart. What is this camera angle? It kind of hurts. I love how I just pick them up and throw them. That's what I learned is the best approach to those little guys. Just pick them up and... This camera angle actually kind of hurts. Oh! I forgot. The way I run is on an axis. So if I want to turn the opposite direction... It's like... the turn radius is insane. Oh man, I love some of these combos in this game. I need to learn more of them. I don't know what the little command inputs are. So this door is loud. It's like Donkey Kong Country, there's almost always something behind spawn. I didn't even know that. Okay, so I am a little bit more powerful than I thought. Because truthfully, the only thing that I've been ranking up, literally, like, hold on, look. The only thing I've been ranking up in terms of, like, abilities, I leveled up strength once, and I've strictly been going into combat to get all of my combos, to get all of my inputs, just so it's done, and then I go everywhere else after. I haven't done anything else. I should be doing other things, but, who cares? I play this game how I want. And I also go back to look for moon medals and everything, because that's important. See, look, more sun medals. Boom. Look at me go. God damn. Wow, I'm so good at this. Oh, another sun medal. Look at that. It's got to be a moon medal somewhere here. We've gotten like 3 sun medals. Looks like there's something on that island over there, but maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm stupid. I'm probably stupid, let's be real. Oh, hi, Kai Moon. How you doing? All the wife and kids. Werehog? Yeah, their hog. Werehog? What about our hog? Who knew? What about we knew? Where's Maverick? What about how's Maverick? Have you ever asked how he's doing? I love his little kicks in the air. Those spiky cleats. Okay, okay. Take a step back and rephrase, Beta, before you finish your sentence. Those spiky cleats must hurt. With these spiky cleats, anything is possible. But why does his R stretchy? You know Mr. Fantastic, right? Well, it has nothing to do with Mr. Fantastic, bud. Everyone's like, where hog, not how hog? Exactly. Wrong button. I'm a fucking failure. I have to do these to get more points to get the S rank. Granted, I shouldn't be. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. There we go. Bootyful. Oh my god, is that the Skibbity Gooner? Yeah, Benny? I mean, I can be. I'll be your Skibbity Gooner, baby. I'm doing cartwheels for you. So apparently if I do these quick time events, it makes sure I get an S rank because it gives me extra points that I wouldn't get. Because see, look, I get 6,000 bonus for each one. Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. I'm kind of starting to learn the cooldown a little bit. Excuse me, sir. Goodbye. Boom. Okay, so this should do it. So if I get them down to below half, I just need to hit them once to reset their cooldown. Why is this fight so fucking long? This fight's so fucking long, man. I just died to a fucking mini. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Why? Dude, this is like the third werehog stage. For the record, that is the third fucking werehog stage. Why is it so hard? What can I... Where's my status? I gotta rank some shit up. I didn't even get any of that! What bro? What? I see why people are frustrated with this game. I see why I'm indeed frustrated with this game. Did I get the moon medals? Okay, we're good. That's all that matters. DV werehog? Yes, Benny. Also, how are you doing, Benny? How are the wife and kids? When are we playing Deadlock? Deadlock. We love Deadlock. We love Deadlock. Oh, I can just throw the little guys at the big ones and then it just sets them immediately to the quick time event. That's perfect! Oh, okay. Give me that. Thank you. I know there's not much that I can do to check chat, but I'm doing my best, okay? Trying to get the S rank, okay? Yeah, gently yeet the bomb, Sonic. Come here. What does this look like? Oh, geez, okay. Why are there so many phases? Stop spawning. Okay. Stop it. Why do these things not die? This is crazy, man. Beautiful. All right. Why? That gave me like 4 fucking levels on my XP. That is crazy, man. Oh, I hate it. Either way, Benny, I hope you're doing well. You're so long. I gotta catch up on chat. I'm so sorry. Can someone go and... Oh. Let me guess. You ordered a pizza to my place again. Ha. Well, joke's on you. I got my address whitelisted from that place, so good luck. Wait, I can't go back? What the fuck? That's so dumb. I want to go back for more. Wait, hold on. Where am I within respect to this fucking level? Can I go back this way? Wait, no. This is a new area. Oh. Eh. Oh, that gave me a fucking another power-up. I didn't even see... Oh, music. Hold on. There's another moon medal. Oh, well, isn't that fucking weird that this is like the third, what is it, encounter in this level, and it's already like one of the harder ones? Maybe I just haven't done enough grinding? Comet Punch? I'm never gonna use that. See, look at how long it fucking takes to level up this shit. Oh, whatever. Regardless, we got a good amount of level ups from it. I don't think you can go in here. At least you're not supposed to. I need some rings so I can get some health. There we go. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta do the thing. There we go. Oh, I can just throw it. Beautiful. Would I come to New Zealand? I'm going to Austria at some point this year. What do I do with this? Do you throw that guy in the river? Many people would ask me about that. What would happen if you threw that guy in the river? Okay. I'm going to Austria. That's what I said. I didn't stutter. I think I'm supposed to throw that... electric bomb thing there. There we go. Now I can use the shield. It's perfect. Oh my god, there's a fucking... Dude, how am I gonna even beat this? This is kind of insane. I'm willing to waste my entire Unleashed mode just for that giant hornet. Oh, I did it. Well, thought it wasn't worth it then. Anything else? Wait, hold on. Whoa! The camera angle fucked me up a little bit. Hold on. I need to get... I need to get this moon medal over here. Do I have to run for it? Excuse me? What the fuck is going on up here? What? Why that camera angle? That's okay. Okay, so what? Why am I back here? Dude. Dude. You cannot be serious. This fucking game, man. What the fuck do you mean I'm back here? Bro, like, why? Maybe playing Sonic Unleashed was a bad idea. maybe it was a bad idea. I don't even have to be over here. I gotta go this way now. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We got the rest of the moon and sun medals in the areas we wanted, okay? I think. Maybe. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go for the S rank later. I want to get the completion. I also want to make sure, did I get the sun and moon medals over here, or am I just crazy? Maybe I did or didn't. It's at least worth checking. At least this will be a good opportunity to level up my other things. I just don't understand why this area is so fucking insanely hard. And also, for some reason, it just didn't give me the prompt to lock on to those floating enemies to grab and jump off that platform. That was weird. Oh my god, okay. Sonic Unleashed is harder than you think. It is actually a pretty fucking challenging game. But it's fun. Interesting. The Wii version is pretty fun, but that is also just kind of a slower version. Not as full. Okay, wait, hold on. I can go in here. Oh! Well, this is where I go to get my health back. Wait. Where the fuck do I gotta go to get that one? Huh. Okay, well, I found another sun medal. So if I get the ones from before, it means I don't have to re-get them again. Look, I'm just trying to get through this level at this point, okay? That's really it. Okay, that was kind of cool. How do I do that again? do that again? The little cartwheel ability. Surely it's not just called Werehog Cartwheel, right? Maybe I'll figure it out. I don't know which skill it is. I want to learn it, though. It's not like a dash attack. Wild Whirl? Double kick combo. Show Hog Ken. Interesting. Flying double punch, body press, wild whirl, rolling kick combo. Oh! Okay, so it's 4 kicks, then it's punches. Or, wait, no, it's 4 punches, then kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Square. And then it just rolls out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess you gotta keep hitting it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was really cool. I'm gonna start using that from now on. And you say this game is easy. Well, so much for that. This game stresses me out. I don't know if it's like a stream game. But it's still fun. Did I get that moon medal on the left? Did it count me getting it? Okay, it did. Now, where was that sun medal from the previous area? It was up here. It was around the corner. Yeah. Okay, okay. Nothing over on this edge. Look, I'm just making sure that I can progress this game. That's me, the completionist. Alright, now I gotta... That's still such a cool combo, even though it's literally just fucking... It's just a cartwheel. I don't know, I'm making myself laugh from it. Oh, jeez. Okay, what on earth was... I've been pressing random buttons and somehow new abilities are coming out. It's kind of a vibe, but eh. Oh, that's how I get the fucking medals from before? That's kind of ass. That's it. Ouchie, ouch. Is there any way for me to get back over there from earlier and go up and grab the... I don't think there is. This is sad. I'm sad. What the fist do? It does lots of things, son. Also, hi, son. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, the fists do a lot of things. This is a cool thing that it does. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cartwheel. See, these are the things that I wish Jake would do to my mouth, but he just won't do that. I know out of context that doesn't sound good, but does anything I say sound good? Taking notes? Yeah, son? Take as many notes as you'd like. Get the fuck out of my way, Ship. I have priorities. I gotta take care of this... whatever the hell this is. Fuck you. Bye. I don't think they're gonna bring the werehog design back, honestly. It's one of those where they kept it just for this game. Which isn't bad. Oh my god, okay, I almost fucked that up. Cartwheel! Wow. Decimated. Decimated. I have a question. How the fuck do I become more keen on reading chat while I'm also trying to hit the fucking nasty-ass combos as werehog? Does anyone know how to multitask? Anyone have a go-to strategy for that? ADHD meds don't work. Also, I can level up. But yeah, Sung, I hope you're doing well. Look, you'll pass it on to Jake, but then you know what he's gonna be like? He's gonna be like, I'm not punching Beta in the teeth. They use werehog again in the Roblox game if that counts. That's more like fans using it. There's no way. Wait, is there like an official Sonic Roblox game, or is that just more made by fans? You want help with ADHD? No, it's more help of being able to multitask. I can't like read chat while also being able to game at the same time. Just layer chat over the middle of the screen right here. Perfect. That's an idea. Well, I do have chat on the right, but it's just hard for me to not hyper-focus. I'm just weird, okay? And now we're back to Comet Punch. My advice is to play games with less concentration. You know what? You got a good point. I should probably do that. Wait, how the fuck do you get over there? Look at that. There's a sun medal and a 1-up or a movie tape over there. Who uses VHS anymore? Oh, hey. An extra life. I'm sure to blow through that soon enough. Oh my god. Oh, that was kind of metal as fuck. So what was that supposed to be? What was going on there? Why did I go into slow motion? Ah, good BM. I don't know what the fuck I just did there, but my arms were moving in slow motion. Okay, so that almost didn't work. You don't casually go into slow motion? No. I wish I did. Something tells me that there is something in the mouth of that dragon over there, okay? Maybe not. We'll never know. Guess I gotta come back and play this level again. As someone who played League once on stream was unable to keep any conversation, the content you're paying attention to affects attention span a ton. See, I want to be able to do that with games, but I don't know what kind of games. But like Bellatra. Oh my god, Bellatra! Actually, I don't think I told you, Okta, but I ended up 100%ing Bellatra. It's actually really fucking hard. Okay, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be hitting. I'm just trying to survive. I'm sorry, do the wizards resummon the wizards? That is kind of ass. I don't like that. I just want to get this Hornet out of the way. Ugh. It's like an infinite fucking wizard farm. Alright, circle. I can't fuck this up. X, square. I know my buttons. Yes, I do. We survived. I didn't think I'd actually survive that fight, if I'm being honest. Vor! That's what happened. I won with Vor. I didn't even realize that I had to go into the stomach and get... So how do I get up here? Oh, like this. Through these really fucking awful camera angles. Excuse me? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why? No, why? What? Hold on, why? What? Why? Dude. Seriously. Seriously? Keep in mind, this is the 3rd fucking werehog level in the game. Dude, like... Why did it break off? Who designed that? Someone thought that was a good idea. It's the 4th? Okay, so... You sure? No, it's gotta be the 3rd. I don't feel like it's the 4th. I know how to play this game. Ooh, there we go. Fucking bee. There we go. Okay, okay. It's just the bees. Whoa! Get away from him. Woo! Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we're gonna do this. I want to shove broccoli down your throat. And people wonder why I don't read YouTube chat. Alright, quick time event. Vor. You get 20k for that? Okay, okay, I'm on. Okay, now we just have to go and get the moon medal or sun medal one more time. We just have to do it again, but not fuck up. Do you think we can do it? So sad. Well, I guess we learn. Actually, wait, can I go and get the medal before this fight? There we go. Okay, well, I can just do this now and just do the fight later. Oh, I get my full unleashed meter now. I could have just done this the whole time beforehand. Sweet. Wait, ain't no way. No way. I fucking hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. Oh my god, man. If only that could have spawned on the screen a little fucking sooner, you know? Well, when there's a will, there's a way. At least I know how to fight them both times, and then one time the easy way. Isn't that what matters? Isn't that what's most important? I'm checking these corners just in case there's another medal. I'm dead ass. Wait a minute, what's all that over there? Hold on. Hold on, wait, I can make that jump. Aw, man, okay, you know what? You know what? At least I know what to do this time to make my life easier. Oh, look, I've run out of all my lives. Isn't that great? See, here's what I know what to do. Okay, why, though? Why did it launch me? Now I reset. There we go. Oh, hi, Mag. Like, how you doing today? How the wife and kids for ye? Dude, why does it keep launching me the other way? I'm hitting up on the D-pad. I don't know what more you want me to do. I'll just reset. I'm sure I have this last... Oh, it just sets me at 0 after 0 lives. Oh, it just sets me back at the beginning. Do I keep... I don't keep my medals. That is such a shame. That is such a shame. Well... Is there a way for me to farm XP in this game? Am I gonna have to look up a fucking strategy on this? Maybe that's the strat. Oh, isn't it to just get all these fucking rings and then buy dogs and then eat them? I'm gonna... Oh, it actually keeps my medals. Okay, that makes my life a little easier. It's kind of nice. Means I don't have to stress so much about the ones that I missed. You know, I'll do it again. I'm not gonna grind the first level for an hour straight. That would be a horrible idea. Well, I think about it this way. I got my lives back. Beautiful. Grinding Eggman Land. So, like, after all the fucking levels I've done so far, I can finally grind there. Oh. Beautiful. Alright, well, I know that this area right here is a good grinding area. Well, I mean, we have to go through this area, but the next area after that. You know what I mean. Uh-oh. Oh, I keep getting the fucking email notification. I don't know why that changes the thing. I think this is probably the best way I'm going to get experience for this level, stage, and whatnot. Do I keep my previous levels? Oh, I don't. Of course not. When are we going to go to the next? When are you going to stop being a bitchy, moany fucking individual? Like, please. You are like backseat gaming to the most annoying extent, truthfully. If I'm being entirely honest with you, Chief. But we'll get there. We'll get there with this. Well, I appreciate you apologizing, but please cool it the fuck down. Please. I'm gonna wait to use my ability until the next set of enemies spawn in. A werehog meter. I guess now. Oh my god, just annihilated all the horn. It's perfect. Okay, you know what? We did it. We got the thing. Is there anything that I'm missing that I gotta pick up? Oh yeah, the extra health. Right. Alright. We continue onward. I think at this rate, we're just gonna end up doing this one fucking level, and that's going to be it. I know I'm supposed to like the werehog stages. Like, truthfully, I like this. This is fun to me. But at the same time, it's so absurdly fucking complicated. I don't know why there's such a high skill ceiling for this. There we go. Perfect. The least approachable Sonic game, mayhaps. So here's the thing. It is, but it isn't. It's a very pretty game. That's not... Sure, that's where it is. So it is a skill issue? Ren, do you really like just being an asshole? If so, you can leave. I'm getting really fucking annoyed with some of you guys, truthfully. But hey, that's just easy for me. It just means I clip over and hit the block button. There we go. I'm not really in the mood for being BM'd by chat, truthfully. Don't know if that message was got across. That's something I will say. They did a good job with the enemy designs. Granted, I fucking hate the bees. Okay, this is the part we gotta look out for. Because I want to get to that next area of getting those tokens. Do I even make this? Oh, well, it's good I don't, because that means I can go get it back and get those moon medals. Perfect. So I'm just going to be resetting at this one part. Oh, man. Oh! Hey! We win those. We get that back. We figure it out. I actually kind of hate this fucking attack, truthfully. A little, like, kicky thing. It kind of makes me a bit too vulnerable. Bam. I guess it did work out. I wasn't expecting it to. I thought I fucked it up. There we go. Ugh. Get out of here. Goodbye. Whoa, hold on. Why are you attacking back? That's new. Okay. Okay. Alright, this is the one I gotta pay attention to again. And I get the huge stun. Oh my god, okay. I think the cartwheel ability is the move to go. That's good, because I got my health back. Alright. I'm dreading going through the rest of this game, truthfully. Like, going through Eggman Land, that's not going to be fun. There's gotta be something on that dragon. There's gotta be, right? Because where else would the other moon and sun metals be? There is! Look at the fucking turning metal! How do I get in there? There's no way to get in there, I don't think. Surely there is, but there is a moon medal in there. I just don't know how to get in there. And I don't want to test it because that puts me back at a part I don't want to be at. How far into the game are you? I know this is like the 3rd or 4th werehog level. That's the problem. It's been nothing but werehog levels. There's barely... Why did I just fucking move there? Okay. Okay, now we're going to go back over to this area, and we're going to do it correctly. I think I have to go up and to the left instead of directly up on my control stick. I do! What the fuck is with these controls, man? That is so stupid. Okay. Well, that sort of worked. Get rid of the fucking wizard. I need it gone. Okay, ability thing. There we go. Triangle. First time I've seen triangle in a quick time event there. 4. Don't know if this is going to be enough for the S rank, knowing how much I've died already. Also, have a good night, Logan. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Perfect. So how do you get over there? It looks like there's like alternate areas and paths to this. How do you get through? What is one supposed to do? I'm not going for it. I'm just fucking getting through this stage. That was still an A rank? Okay, I'll take it. It's better than nothing. But this level took 12 fucking minutes. Oh my god, not including the first attempt. Oh, I can level up to level 27 combat. Let's go. Why does it take 20 to get to the max on combat, man? Just why? Is it boss time now? I know there's a point where... Yeah, it's boss time. Fuck me, man. There's a post-game? I don't... Most Sonic games actually don't have a post-game. It's all just the story, and you play the story, and that's it. There's, like, other missions to do, but... Oh, I remember this being fun. I remember this boss being fun. Not at all. Dark Gaia Phoenix time, baby. No fucking way. Is it actually that easy? Am I just an idiot? I'm probably just an idiot, actually. Okay, you know what? The BMing is deserved. Deep apologies to you, Kippy. Deep apologies to you. I am just a fucking forehead and really bad at this game. Hold on, I want that moon medal. Oh, well, fuck me. Okay, whatever you're about to do, stop it. God damn it. I'm sorry, do I need multiple? I guess I do. Oh, well, that worked. Excuse me? Okay, I'm a bit confused with the mechanics.
Eventually, that's my chance.
Alright, do my cartwheel ability. Or wherever he's gonna go. Where are you going? There you go. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Cartwheel. Oh, never mind. We're good. Okay, these quick time events are really fucking cool, though. Why are they adding some finesse? I like it. Oh, do I have all the medals? Oh, I do. Okay, never mind. Where are you going? You gotta land somewhere, don't you? No, don't go over there. Come here. Please. It fucking worked! Oh.
Looks like I can't get at it while it's covered in fire.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Cool. No, I fucked up! Damn it. Oh well. Where are you landing? We're at the big one. Okay, there we go. Is this gonna be my first boss fight S rank? Just out of nowhere? I have only ever had very bad memories of fighting this one. That looks so painful. God damn, Sonic.
That's enough out of you.
What do I have to do for an S rank? Hello? I did that as fast as I could have. That was probably the best fucking run I've had. Though to be fair, the little victory animation thing is my favorite for A rank instead of S. Yeah. No get hit, I guess? I don't know. Also, I'm putting that into strength. How did you get stronger?
You all right?
Yes.
I love how he's just still been there after we've beaten the shit out of a phoenix. So funny. Guess you are right. It is a no-hit run. Or I don't know. Maybe I got to do it quicker. I'm not sure. Wait, hold on. I never did the daytime stage for this. What? Huh? I remember last time. Remember the last time I did this, I had to do 2 different versions of that area. I had to do the daytime and nighttime. Why? Did it only require me to do the nighttime version of this? I'm confused. I don't like this. What did he grab onto to get at? What happened to Earth? Current presidency.
The moment the temple lit up, the beast woke up. It appears he's come back to his senses.
I see. I'll bet your job is to guard the Chaos Emerald Temple.
Hey, sorry for beating the shit out of you earlier and taking your head and flinging it. My bad. Also, Joel, this is literally like Sonic God of War.
Want some chocolate?
Literally Sonic God of War. Oh, bye. Just casually giving a bird chocolate. I mean, it's a phoenix. Aren't those, like, immortal? So, like, if you give it chocolate, it's not gonna matter. I think. I don't know. Well. That was weird. Backstory about someone I don't care about. Eggman.
Your dinner, Doctor.
Sandwich. Holographic meatloaf again.
Powered Eggman Land construction systems.
Current status is 27% complete. Progress is significantly.
That's the first thing it reminded me of.
Resume cause of delay is Dark
Holographic
Gaia's
meatloaf
first
again.
Oh, of all the lazy, here I go to the trouble of waking that Dark Gaia thing up, and it causes me nothing but delays.
Dark Gaia had yet to reach maturity within the planet's core, ergo it was still incomplete at the time of its awakening, ergo it was unable to sustain its own weight upon its release, ergo it scattered around the world.
Ew. That's kind of funny.
I don't want to hear about its weight issues. So what if I gave it a bit of a sudden awakening? This is unacceptable.
Ergo, this is the repercussion of your hasty actions.
What was that? I'm having a bad enough day as it is. First that professor runs off with the Gaia manuscripts, and now the planet's coming back together.
That, Doctor, is the result of the power of the Chaos Emeralds, which you discarded along with Sonic. Ergo, another repercussion of your hasty actions.
Quiet, you junkie! That was all part of my plan, part of the big picture. Where's
That's
the fun in
funny.
having my
I don't remember that
plan
part of
succeed
the movie opening of him going, "Aw, damn it, I forgot the Chaos Emeralds." So convenient that he left him with
What's
us.
the status of the remaining temples of Gaia?
Why would Robotnik program his badniks to troll him?
Preparations are nearly complete.
Plot purposes.
That'll take care of Sonic for now, which leaves the problem of Dark Gaia. It'd be difficult to collect.
Look, that's why you
everything
got the
scattered all
comic
over the
series
world.
of the Sonic universe. You got the Ian Flynn comic series, the IDW series. That does a much better job, in my opinion, of writing the characters.
Isn't there a more efficient way?
Yeah, man, no one likes a whiner.
Gather them all up at once.
Also, hi, Bio and Jewel. Welcome on in. Sorry I didn't say hi before. There's comics. Oh my god, the comics are so good. Highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend the IDW comic Sonic series. It's a series that I don't think the games would ever be able to do justice to. Because it just writes the story so much, like, better and naturally. So why can't I do the daytime stage of this? Why is it only the nighttime stage? I never did Dragon Road daytime. Did I miss something? I'm going crazy. Also, hi, Milo. Forgot to say hi to you as well. So that's the boss. Where is the fucking... Where's the daytime stage for this? God, Sonic is so slippery in this, jeez. Oh, is it because I can't use Lightspeed Dash? Maybe? I don't know. Me problem. So we need to be able to... Wait, so that's not open. So why isn't this open? It looks like we can't get in here yet. Let's try somewhere else. So you can complete the entire part of this area without ever touching the daytime stage? Oh, I love this. Oh, peak design. So thrilled. Who's Chip? So you remember those old Chips Ahoy commercials from, like, the early 2000s, Opta, where they're like, Chips Ahoy, and then, like, one of them has a bite in it, and it's like, Chips Ahoy. Yeah, that has actually nothing to do with the chip in this game, but I just thought that would be a fun little memory to have with regards to Chips Ahoy. Not sponsored. You don't remember? Okay, good, because I don't actually remember if that's how the commercials went, but I do remember there were Chips Ahoy commercials. I'm not crazy. Do you think I can go over and reach this? Oh, I can. Let's go. Perfect. Don't have to deal with that. Well, I guess all I can go is forward. I don't know where else to go. Where's the next area to go? That is a good question. I love the Chips Ahoy commercials. How did they go? Because I don't remember. Oh. Oh! I get to do Spagonia daytime now! I think. It's telling me to go here. Oh. Well, let's go back. Maybe we gotta check in with the professor, okay? And then we go from there. But here's the thing. I know I said I'd end a little bit ago, but I will absolutely, okay. I will absolutely do another level just to do Spagonia Daytime, because that is literally just like Sonic Generations. Actually, what Sonic Unleashed level was in Generations? Was it Spagonia Daytime, or am I just going nuts? Maybe it was. I think it was. Hello? I was waiting for you inside. Did you bring a souvenir? Okay. Inside we go. Rooftop Run! That's what it's called. I keep forgetting the actual names of the stages, but Rooftop Run. What a classic. I need some hints. Oh. Take my souvenirs. I forgot I ended up buying all the items from, like, the vendors in the other areas. So, continents. Are they continents or countries in this case? I'm assuming continents, right? It's got to be Rooftop Run that's next. I can't be going crazy. I'm almost definitely going crazy, but... It said I had to go here next. That's where it said it led me. Maybe.
Sonic!
Okay. Oh. We get to do Rooftop Run. Finally, a daytime stage, and it's good. Okay. This is going to be, in my opinion, an easy S rank. Unless I fuck it up somehow. It's either S or A rank. And then we're leaving off here, okay? This is going to be the last one we do, and then I'm going to bed. Also, Kippy, just want to say, I apologize for being an asshole earlier. Very much apologize. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry, I was very, very bitter, but the backseat gaming was getting a little much for me. I could have communicated better. I'm very sorry. Thank you for still sticking around. Hope you have a good night. I keep forgetting it's Friday night for some of you, but I hope you have a good night. Get some rest. Thank you for being chill. All right. So how can we even get an S rank in this? This looks so fucking good. Oh, free moon medal. Oh, free thing. This is so good. Just grind over here on the right. Oh, it's so good. Right, left, right, left, left, right. Oh, I'm sorry. This is just like peak Sonic Unleashed for me. I know I could absolutely get better at this stage, but like, come on. We're just enjoying it for what it is. OMG, Subway Surfers is back! Oh, I swear to God. I forgot I don't have Ring Dash. For some reason. Also, weird other little tidbit. Isn't it strange how even though Sonic has learned all these abilities in years past, isn't it strange how... Oh, I got the Moon Medal. Oh, that's all that matters. That he still needs to relearn, like, Lightspeed Dash? It's just strange. I don't get it. That's the same reason why Kingdom Hearts is funny. You know what? You got a good point. Because Sora seems to reset all his abilities every goddamn game. Also, thank you, Generic Purple Protogen, for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm like locking it right now as Sonic's Wiggin. I'm locking in right now because this is one of my favorite fucking levels in Sonic Unleashed. But thank you so much for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream on your end. What are you getting up to? Can we get a shout out for Generic Purple Protogen? Good soup, good bean, very friendly. Farts. Oh, well, I can't really.
I give money.
Hello? Yeah, I give money? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. 8 brain cells. Oh, wow, look at that! We get to... Oh, my God. That's crazy. We get to try Rooftop Run for the first time. Isn't that crazy? Oh, I surely haven't played this one before. Oh, it looks so good in Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. Doesn't it? That's crazy. That is so good. So crazy. So cool. Oh, wow, guys. Wait, look at this. Rooftop Run. For the first time in Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. Oh, it looks so beautiful. Oh, I'm going to S-rank this, surely. Oh, look at that. We hit that ring there. Surely this is the first and only run we're ever going to have to do to get an S-rank. OMG, I'm so excited for Subway Surfers. I know it's crazy, isn't it? Isn't it, Opta? Subway Surfer is going to be so good. I'm so excited. Oh, yeah. Forgot the wall run or jump thing mechanic is so weird. I'm sorry. Just the image of Sonic trying to get on the rail and completely just skips over it is so fucking funny to me. This game never stops giving, I'm telling you that right now. But oh man, guys, wow, look, Rooftop Run. We finally get to do a daytime stage. We're gonna get an S rank in this easily. It looks so beautiful in Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. Oh man, we missed the ring there. Oh, surely that still means we'll get an S rank, right? Surely. Surely that means an S rank. Sure, yeah. Peak gameplay. Only the best Sonic Unleashed gameplay, let me tell you. Right. Okay, I was just checking to make sure there was a moon or sun medal there. There probably is, and I just missed it, but oh well. Alas. I'm just bouncing the fuck around. Did it put Sonic Unleashed on Steam? No. So someone basically, I don't know how to describe it, but someone took the version of the Xbox and PlayStation 3 Sonic Unleashed and recompiled it so that it works for PC and made it downloadable, and made it better, and you can play it in 4K, but god, this game is so fucking good. Just look up Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. If you want to know more about the game that I'm playing right now, well, minus my skill level, then yes, look up Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. But yeah, surely a perfect S rank will be fine. Easy S rank, easy. But yeah, thank you for the raid though, Generic Purple Protogen. I hope you had a good stream on your end. Hope everything's going well for you. Hope the wife and kids are doing well. Hope all else is well. That little right area surely has a moon or sun metal in this. I'm just assuming Mun? Beta, please speak. Use your words, honey. Sun and moon metal maniac. You know, like a Pokemaniac? Yeah, that's me. Are we gonna talk about recompile like a fire red except every Pokemon gens 1 through 8? Yeah. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna get an S rank, but at least we're getting a smooth-ish run, you know? Smooth-ish, to an extent. Alright, this is the part where I get distracted by the 100-bit. Thank you, 8 brain cells, for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. I kind of let myself get distracted. But that's my fault. I'd say that this is probably one of the best levels to grind for level ups or 1-ups. Because, like, extra lives are pretty hard to come by, but look at my ring count. I'm at, like, 400, 500. Pretty good for a Sonic level. Fuck my life, man. I meant to get that. Oh, well. We'll come back for it later. Oh, it's a sun metal. A moon metal. Oh well, what's the difference? Are the wife and kids in the room with us now? Excuse me? What was that? You gotta be shitting me, man! Oh my god, I just got BM'd by the robots. Oh well, you know what? Who cares? You know what? We'll get through this when we get through it. This game is very, very unforgiving. I just tried dashing to the right side. That is funny. Oh my lordy. This game. Wait, hold on. There's a way to boost without doing it. Hold on. Oh my god, this actually works. The old momentum boost tactic from the old original still works in this one. That is fantastic. Please just keep boosting. Oh my lordy. But as I was saying, pretty good levels that are getting level ups, 1-ups, extra lives. I think. Alright. You found a way to tech it a little bit. See? I got through the level. That's close to an S if you try hard enough. I before E except after C. If you say C, it sounds like S. So, S rank. Get God. I won. Got like 5 out of 7 of the moon medals. I would have gotten 6, which is actually really good. Let's throw them on Werehog. I want to get the combat maxed out as best as I can. C for cup. Yeah, exactly. See? Looks like we still can't get into the Spagonia Temple. Have you tried a forklift? Oh! Oh, this is where I do the Chunon daytime stage, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But I am going to end it off there because it is getting late for me, and I really, really need to get some rest. Forklift. Yeah, Cody? Yeah? Look, I still need a clip of you saying fart in my life jacket, ha, and then I just add some, like, farts over it just as... That'd be a fun redeem, if you want, though. Cody, I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna get a quick shout-out for Cody before I wrap up, because I'm big EP. It is big EP time. So I gotta go to bed and get some rest, okay? Go follow Cody, okay? He's a good soup. He's certified good soup. Go watch his streams. He's chaotic and really cool and really entertaining. I think Cody's really entertaining, personally. But yeah, Cody, I hope you're doing well. Are you going to be on Discord tonight? I was going to ask. I haven't hung out in a bit, and I wanted to see who's vibing. But yeah, I got to hop off. It's been, like, super late. It's 11 p.m. I need to get whatever the next video is done for whenever this fucking weekend is. But either way, go and watch Cody. Who can we go and send a raid to? Who's stream? Oh my god, we could go and raid Alec. Let's go and raid Alec, because I need to get out, and I need to get some good rest. I'm getting super eepy and hungry. So, yeah. Go follow Cody. Good soup. Go follow Alec. Also good soup. Good streamer friends of mine. Thank you guys so much for hanging out in this very weird impromptu stream this Thursday. I usually don't go this late, but hey, you know, Sonic Unleashed happens. We kind of have the late vibes whenever we play games that we really enjoy, even if I can't really do it. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate the kind words, the support, all that. I don't know if I'm going to be live tomorrow or this weekend, but I'm going to try again maybe next week. Who knows if I'm feeling it, if I'm not feeling it. I don't really know. I'll figure it out in time. You all know this. Look at Cody. I don't go to bed that early, but I have been recently, but I probably won't. But I will. Maybe. Look, I'm gonna poke your face later. I'm poking your face, but respectfully, okay? Okay. But either way, chat, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate the vibes. Go show some love to Alec. I don't know what the raid message is gonna be. Just send all the love and support to Alec and Cody and all my friends. Stab my face like it's acupuncture. Oh, yeah, like that one part from Final Destination. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking. Anyways, have a good night, everyone. Take care. Life Stage Jacket. See you in the next one. And bye. Oh, my God, what is happening?